You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to a regular episode of TADPOG.
I brought my dice and my character sheet and everything, and you even was like, well, we could just do a secret subspace campaign.
Subspace side quest.
Yeah, side quest, that's right.
You get lost in subspace for a while and make some imaginary friends that then go away when you wake up, so it's a perfect one-off.
I know, it's great. Let's do it. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I could do that shit. That'd be...
All right, halfway through this episode on Wing Commander, we're going to do an impromptu D&D
We'll just divert
session.
it to 5 minutes of D&D.
5 minutes? Come on, I need more than that.
Well, it's a little show where three old guys talk about some old-ass games.
Some old games. I forgot how to do this show.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, when I was making notes, and I was like, man, this is bullshit. I don't have to make notes when we do D&D.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm just going to hold my drinking cups.
We're very uncomfortable. This will be welcome to a very awkward, a more awkward than usual episode of TADPOG.
Well, I've really enjoyed the feedback that I've gotten on the Discord.
Yeah,
from
people
the show.
seem to really be
Very
liking
positive,
it. So
yeah.
we're just going to do that from now on.
No one said how much they love the Colossus sound whenever Kenny rages, though.
Spoilers. Spoilers. That shit came out. That shit just came out. I haven't been able to listen to it yet.
But that's the thing, because, man, these are some Girth Brooks to edit, because I want to make sure I catch every opportunity to insert a video game sound effect or appropriate music and going through. Also, trying to streamline my DMing more.
Yeah.
Because I noticed, man, I am laying on the likes,
Really?
the verbal filler pretty
you're
fucking heavy.
You're winging it.
Yeah,
a
you're
lot of
thinking on
time,
your
though.
feet.
I mean, and that's not always easy to just, I do it on the show all the time.
You just
Well, I've
did it.
been
with
looking-
I do too. I constantly, like, whenever I'm editing, I'm like, okay, let me count how many times I said "like" in that one sentence, in that single sentence.
I wouldn't have noticed.
I didn't
if you
notice.
hadn't pointed
I
it
didn't
out.
until I listened to it. I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
I get that though, because seriously, when I am editing it, I have done that before, where it's like, I just said it. Where
Yeah,
you just count how many times I say "like" in a
it's the way
sentence.
we talk.
Listener, that's your new job. Please
If we're
don't. Please
just talking,
God damn it, let's start over.
Hello, Internet.
Thank you, Ian.
Hey.
Shit, I'm fucking done. I'm out of here.
if we're having a regular conversation, I'll leave that in. But whenever I'm like whenever I'm trying to describe a scene,
Yeah.
and I pepper in all the verbal filler, it frustrates me, because then I want to make sure I'm cohesively describing the scene and not throwing everybody off. Because I watch enough talking heads, like David Packman on YouTube is a
You mean David Byrne
fantastic
from the Talking Head?
Yeah. Yeah, that works, doesn't it?
It really does.
David Packman is a liberal talking head.
I don't know him.
So, yeah.
David Pac-Man?
David Packman with a K instead of a C. But
All
David
right.
Packman.
That's to throw you off. That's so you don't know he's really Pac-Man.
Well, he doesn't
Pushing
want to
a-
infringe on a copyright.
Yeah, pushing a Namco agenda.
Yeah, exactly.
He can speak. I will watch one of his videos and watch him speak in a steady, perfect flow for 30 minutes without ever using any verbal filler, at like a good pace and a good volume. And
Yeah.
it's just,
Is it improv?
man, I want to
though?
be able to do that.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is it rehearsed or is it read off a teleprompter?
He could be
or-
reading from a teleprompter.
'Cause, I mean, you give
if
me
he
shit
does,
to
he's
read.
really good. If he
Yeah.
is, I could not tell.
Yeah.
Same for his name is, and I'm going to use verbal filler because I'm thinking. NC Hammer is a Naruto theory streamer on YouTube.
MC Hammer? He's
NC.
back?
He's back.
November,
describing Naruto.
November Charlie Hammer.
NC, like NC-17 Hammer.
There you go.
And the way he will
Can touch this.
he can go
Please
off.
touch this.
Please. It's
Sorry.
That's very good. That's very good. He can riff
Guys,
on
we're
Naruto
funny. I love
for
us.
45 minutes
We're very clever here.
and never use it either. So I've been watching a lot of videos on how to eliminate that.
Yeah.
So when I'm speaking, you hear me say period or pause. You're supposed to say that out loud so you will listen to yourself when you need to stop and not use verbal filler.
I see.
So it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
All
Whenever
right.
you just hear me, oh yeah,
Okay.
that's pause.
Okay, that's great.
And also like the Don Draper technique of just slowing down what you're saying so your mind can catch up to the next thing you're supposed to say.
Yeah, but
But
doesn't
also talking slowly can also draw people in to
oh
listen
man,
to you.
it fucking turns me off hardcore.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, yeah, because Nikki talks slow, and a lot of times it's like, hurry the fuck up and say what you're gonna say, please.
Get that.
Jesus Christ, please just say it. Just say it. What? Say the thing. I don't say that because that would be mean, but I'm thinking it.
Well, and I'm also Tanya will do that too. She'll stammer and she'll like get stuck trying to come up with the word and know what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
I've known this woman my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh?
Just say it.
I'm
You're
going to
thinking
say the
it.
word
Just-
for you.
Yeah.
You got to
Just-
count to 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife is perfect and I love her.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's
It's
fine.
great. What's that like, man? I'm fucking happy for you. Man, lucky Tyler over here with his filler words, training his brain.
Pause.
I mean, I love my wife too, but Jesus Christ, fucking talk like 20% faster.
Is there a times 1.25 speed to marriage?
No, I don't want the marriage to go faster. Just like when you're like giving me what your order from Taco Bell, like just a little bit faster so I can get on the road. So I'm hungry, okay?
Oh, see, that's reversed. That situation is reversed for Melissa and I because she can know what she wants at any restaurant at any given time. I want to look at a menu even if she's asking me what do you want from McDonald's.
Yeah.
I could pull up their website, McDonald's.com. They have
What's on their secret
specials,
menu?
What sounds good?
Yeah.
Arby's have anything going on right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it pisses her off. You know what? It's from goddamn Arby's. What do you want?
And then
Yeah.
you settle for the shit you usually get.
Yeah, pretty
anyway.
much.
Yeah. Well, see, man, I love Henry because, like, when we go to a restaurant, it's like, what do you want, son? What I always get? Good boy. Yeah, that's great. Me too. What do you want, honey? 20 minutes later. All right, the thing you usually get? Okay.
What you guys been up to this last week?
I saw the
weeks.
Batman.
I saw the Batman.
I saw the Batman. I had to see it because last week when we were recording, like Ian, like before we recorded, you and Nicole were both, you got to go see the Batman.
How was it for you?
It was good.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
I really liked it. That was going to be one of my talking points today was just the fact that I finally broke out of my shell, made it to the movie theater for the first time in probably
Decades.
since Endgame.
Yeah, you went longer than I did because I went to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Which
And I
I
went to see
would have
Spider-Man.
loved to have seen in the theater. Also, I would have loved to have seen Spider-Man in the theater. So
I broke quarantine for those two.
Gage got a couple of tickets and it turned to go, and we were going to sit with Cohen while he and his wife go see this movie, and then they found out that it's 3 hours long.
It's a long movie.
It's every bit of 3 hours long.
Yeah, Henry
And-
wanted to go, and I was like, I don't think you're gonna like it. It's 3 hours long, and from like all the trailer that I've seen, I don't think you're gonna like it.
It's not your everyday Batman. It's
I made
more like
I made the right call. I don't think you would have liked it.
Well, we wouldn't have taken Cohen to see
Yeah,
it
that was the
because
other thing.
it's-
Nicole was like, it's pretty violent.
scary
It's
and
like,
violent and everything. But I broke out of quarantine finally because Gage had the extra ticket. She found out it was 3 hours long, didn't want to go.
Yeah,
So they
Valid.
all went to the park.
We're down to 3 people with COVID in the hospital, so it's at an all.
the map looks pretty good too. There's a lot of orange on that map and some green. It updates tomorrow. I'm looking forward to see what the Kentucky map looks like.
But yeah, I was really glad to go and be able to see that really loud, scary, flashy movie.
Yeah.
in person. It was fun. It was a great movie. I thought Pattinson was a great Batman.
I thought he was great.
To me, this may be unpopular opinion for a lot of people, but I don't give a fuck. I like him the best, except for Michael Keaton, because I'm a Michael Keaton guy, and that was the first big Batman movie.
I like Michael Keaton a lot.
Yeah.
I liked him as Batman a lot as a kid too.
I did too. I still like him as Batman.
Yeah, it's
For
tough. It's
more
tough.
nostalgic reasons.
It's tough because Batman, like in film, has evolved so much since then.
Agreed.
Like going back and watching that is like, ugh, I don't know. But here's how I deal with it. I'm like, I fucking love him as Beetlejuice,
Yep.
and I still think he's good as Batman. I do. But I think
Beetlejuice was his finest.
I thought he was
hour.
great as Vulture.
He
in
was an
Spider-Man.
excellent Vulture.
I want to see a Batman Beyond movie and him be old Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
that would
that would be awesome. It's just that's a tough movie, I feel like, because after hearing everything about like Tim Burton, like not really knowing anything about Batman
Right,
or anything,
right.
like going into it, it's kind of like that information gets
Who's the most
thrown in there.
penguin-shaped actor? Well, that's Danny DeVito.
That's Danny DeVito.
So go ahead.
Call Dom DeLuise. Oh, he's not available? Danny DeVito.
Well, and let's talk about the Penguin for a minute.
From the Batman?
From the Batman.
I didn't know
I
who he
didn't
was.
recognize. I knew he was
didn't
somebody.
until I saw it on TikTok. I went, "Holy shit!"
I knew he was somebody because I was like, I recognize him, but I don't know who it is. So in the credits,
Colin Farrell was the Penguin, and he went on. I saw a clip on TikTok as well, I think, where he went on like Jimmy Fallon or something, and he was walking around in his penguin costume.
Almost got thrown off set.
Got thrown off set because they didn't know who the fuck he
recognize him.
was.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
It was because I knew
Spoilers for the Batman, so we'll go ahead and openly talk about it. Spoilers. If fast forward 5 minutes. if you don't want any.
Okay. Because the reason I cringed when you said that is because there's been a podcast that I love, and they have been opening every episode with like, yeah, we've been playing this new video game that just literally came out 2 days ago. We're gonna go ahead and spoil it right now, and I'm just like, stop.
Is this Elden Ring? Probably.
No,
is that just their thing?
Elden Ring, bring it on. You got Elden Ring spoilers for me? I don't really care that much about the story. It's more the gameplay. So it's like, fuck it. I don't care. It's other stuff where it's like Horizon Zero Dawn, where it's like, I'm going to play that probably in 10 years, and I don't want the story beats because that's important to that.
Yeah, no,
that
it
game.
is. I get that. Yeah, because that's 50% of the reason you're playing
Right.
is for the story progression.
Right.
So, but no, I don't intend to spoil Batman by any means.
Okay, because there's one thing I wanted to say about about that.
Go for it.
But- and there's
whatever
some-
you're comfortable talking
Yeah.
about. I don't care.
Yeah,
Just
go for it.
If you haven't seen the Batman, we're going to talk a little bit about it.
Just a
It
little
might
bit.
get spoiled.
Just don't
so-
stop the
I'm-
podcast.
I'm watching.
Just
I'm watching my
fast forward
timer.
it.
So
Okay.
I thought Colin Farrell was okay. So starting now.
All right.
Okay.
You get timers
So
timers
5
on?
minutes,
Because
I'm
I got
watching
shit I
it.
want to talk about too.
Yep.
So, okay. I'm going to get it. You
Me
got
too.
shit on the floor.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought Colin Farrell was who I assumed to be the Joker at the end. I had no idea. He was the
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I assume that was the Joker at the end as well.
Well,
which made me. That's the only part of the movie I didn't like.
Tyler and
Yeah.
I. Well, and I
I don't want to see the Joker. I want to see everybody else and not the Joker.
Well,
Gage feels the same way, and he mentioned to me that he thought it might be Harvey Dent.
See, Nikki said that, and I was like, man, if that's Harvey Dent, they're fucking wasting it because they haven't built a
established
relationship
his character in that
with
universe
Bruce Wayne.
yet. Exactly.
Right. That it's like you can't do that would suck to do a Two-Face story like that, where it's like, here's Two-Face. This
Because
has no weight.
Like
This has no
just like
emotional
Batman
weight.
Forever. Here's Two-Face.
Yeah, right.
Remember, he was black in the last movie. Now he's Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Well, and they did. I think Two-Face and the Riddler ran around a lot in one of the movie where they were in it with Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh shit.
And I think they were kind of a duo in the comics at one point. So it might be Two-Face, and maybe they're going to do the
Flashback. That would be, that's the way to do
the
it.
history thing.
That would be the way to do
But
it.
Gage is convinced that it was Two-Face and not Joker because I think I got to say
He
and I
looked
know,
more like Two-Face because I mean,
He
like
did.
I don't. If they're doing Joker, they're doing
Given-
some weird shit with Joker.
Given Pattinson's age, would Harvey Dent have to be Thomas Wayne's friend, and that would make sense for him to be committed now?
Maybe.
probably, yeah.
Because he's not going to have like an old
Yeah.
lawyer friend
Yeah.
now at
And
the age he's at.
For sure.
probably.
And it's only year 2 of Batman. Like he's only been doing Batman for 2 years
Right,
at this
right.
point in the by the time the movie ends.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, I would like that. I personally think the Joker is played out. They've overdone it.
Give me Calendar Man.
Wow.
Yeah. Give me or Zaz. Give me someone
Hell
weird.
yes.
Give me something off beat.
Zaz would be great.
Give me
for
Clayface.
for this
Fuck.
one.
I mean,
Clayface.
I don't know how they do it, but
I'd love to see Clayface, but like I'd almost because like this Batman is so like grounded in reality.
that
Clayface would be like a fucking magician. You know what I mean? Like it would be like a mystical beast.
My prediction is going to be it's going to be Penguin, Riddler, and Two-Face as a trio, throwing all they got at the Batman in the next movie. Which I'm really hoping there is a next movie. I don't want him to bleed it to death. You know, I don't necessarily even need a trilogy. I just want more of the same. Because the way just the way that it opened with the Batman, it just popped up and it said the Batman, and the movie starts. And that is different. That is fresh. But it was so. I thought this one, Batman has always been sort of a scary guy to me, and I've always really out of all of the DC comics and everything else, Batman has always been my guy. I've always liked his character.
I mean, he's the
most.
best DC
he is
character,
and he's the most probably I would say well developed. I mean, you've got Superman, which that's Superman, right?
Sure.
You don't whatever, but when you think about Batman, there's so many different ways it can go and has gone. I watched Titans, and he's a different guy in Titans, and we've got this version of Batman, which is probably the darkest, most sort of. They made Gotham. It never stopped fucking raining. It was always dirty and dark.
It felt gross.
It felt like a really terrible place to be, no matter where you were. And the fact that Wayne Manor is in the middle of Gotham City. It's not even Wayne Manor. It's just the Wayne Enterprises building, and he lives there.
Yeah.
I loved all that. I loved the fact, but I got to tell you my favorite part of the movie. The scariest, most favorite part of the movie is, especially getting this effect in the theater, is when he started up the fucking Batmobile.
Okay, how much time do we have?
We can renew it for another few minutes.
So we're out of time.
Are we out of time?
We have like 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought the Batmobile was awesome. That whole fucking scene should be out of the movie. That whole thing felt like, oh shit, it's a Batman movie. We gotta have a Batmobile. He fucking chases the Penguin. The Penguin kills more people on the fucking interstate than anyone else did in the movie. It's never mentioned. Then what do they do with the Penguin when they catch him? Throw him in jail? No, they just fucking let him go. You see him at the end of the movie. And it's like, oh, weird how they put this guy in jail, but not him. So I was like,
that's a fair point.
So it was
the most unrealistic part of the movie.
I was like, that's.
But I really loved it.
But I know, it was great.
I
but
did
it was
love
like,
him revving the engine and shit. Like,
no, it sounded great, and I get it, but it was just one of those where it's like, motherfuckers, this is a 3-hour long movie. You got to edit it. You have to edit this fucking movie. What do you take out? The shit that does not impact the story at all.
Now, it would have been fine without it. But
it's a great scene. It's a great action scene.
I would have been lacking because the Batmobile is always the thing.
I hear you, and that is definitely why that is seen as in the movie.
They had to have something.
But that felt the most shoehorned in thing.
I get it. I get it.
Because I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I get it.
But I also totally get why they put it in the movie. I just wish they would have approached it from a filmmaking standpoint as opposed to a fan service standpoint, because I feel like a lot of the movie blends that so well.
Mm-hmm.
But that one was one of those where it's like, man, guys.
Well, I know we got to stop talking about the Batman.
We can extend it by 2 more minutes.
Okay, no more spoilers at this point, right?
Until we get to 20 minutes.
Well, I only had one other thing to say.
I have one more thing to say.
You go ahead, though, because mine's not even Batman related.
If you like the Arkham City video games, you'll love this movie, because within the first 20 minutes, I was like, oh, they played Arkham City. And they were like, whoa, this is good.
Is what it should be. Yeah.
Let's make a movie that's like these games. And that's totally, I don't know if that's where the inspiration came from, but it really feels like that. Even the fighting, even in the scene in the beginning where he's fighting the Joker gang, I was like, that's how you fight in Arkham City.
Yep. That's
where
not
it's like
wrong.
there's groups of enemies, and it's like, sometimes they hit you.
Yep.
And they break your combo. And it's like, they fucking I feel like, really drew inspiration from those
probably
games.
Right. Now that you think, I didn't even think.
It made me want to play them. That's how how I realized that, because I was watching the movie. I'm like, fuck, I want to play these Arkham games. God damn, those are good.
My only other talking point, this is Batman's not Batman related, so you can mark it or whatever. My only other talking point was I finally got to see Spider-Man. I finally got to see it.
Nice.
So I'm caught up. I'm caught up now with everything in the MCU.
What'd
So,
you think?
I loved it. It was
Yeah.
great. It had that moment, which I'm not going to talk about,
Mm.
that I did not see coming.
I didn't either.
I hadn't
I
been
didn't either.
spoiled. I had not been spoiled on this movie.
That's
somehow.
amazing.
Well,
Alternate Uncle Ben. Yeah, I
it's
know.
because I
Yeah.
got. It's because yeah, exactly. It's because I got off Facebook, and so I didn't see any spoilers. If I happened to catch the word Spider-Man on Reddit, I
Yeah.
just kept scrolling real fast.
Sure.
Super hard to do, but I managed to avoid getting spoiled on that. So I had that impact hit me. Tanya had been spoiled on it apparently. Cohen spoiled it for her, but not being a jerk. He was actually upset about it and wanted to talk about it. So he talked to her about that scene.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of expected the
There are a lot of scenes in that movie to spoil. I think I know the scene you're talking about, but there are several scenes in
It
that
is.
movie where it's like, what the fuck?
I kind of saw the end game there, for lack of a better word, coming. I figured
Yeah.
what was going to happen at about like 5 minutes into the movie, like what was going to kind of come down towards the end.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I kind of had my suspicions.
Weird. That's how I was with Wing Commander, which we will get to.
Yes. Given the nature of the villains in the movie, I had my suspicions.
Yeah.
You know, so
God, Willem Dafoe's so fucking
Willem
good.
Dafoe is one
He's
of
a
the
great goblin.
best-
He really is.
He did all his action scenes and like all that.
I didn't
shit.
know
Like,
that.
yeah, it was fucking
He
fantastic.
committed,
He
not like
did.
Samuel L. Jackson in Miss Marvel,
Right.
which, like, look, I love Samuel L. Jackson, but holy shit, at some point,
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah. At some point, they should have been like, hey, can we get like a stunt double or something? Because like he's like limping around and shit. Like,
Yeah, you can tell he's
Yeah.
not as young as he looks.
Right.
And they did a
Yeah, he looks
fantastic
super young.
job of de-aging him in that movie.
yeah, they did. He's like really like he's in his 70s, isn't
Yeah,
he? Like
dude's
I mean,
old.
he's hanging in there, but I
you
mean,
wouldn't think it at all, but yeah.
no,
Well, I mean, but given that and I really liked the movie. I thought it was. I'm going to tell you, when I saw the trailer and the Doctor Strange thing where he goes to Doctor Strange and asks him to make it like this, they don't know who I am.
Yeah.
and I honest to God thought that was a red herring. I didn't think that was really what was going to happen in the movie, because that seems so fucking ridiculous to me.
I thought it was a variant. I thought it was a variant Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
That was
or
just
that.
fucking shit
Yeah,
up.
that's a
Yep.
plausible. But now that I've seen it and I get it, I understand in context kind of what happens. It's fine. But at first, I thought they were just trying to fuck with us.
looking forward to that new Doctor Strange movie.
was
Oh
really
my
fucking
God, yes.
Looking forward to that
And
new
then
Doctor
speaking
Strange
of an
movie.
alternate Doctor Strange,
Yep.
that
Yeah.
is in there. And
What
I thought
was
it
that
was
reading shit
weird.
about like Tom Cruise in it as Ultimate Iron Man, and I've seen all sorts of weird shit
Oh,
about
really?
variant speculation.
God, there's
and-
going to be so much good shit. in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
movie.
that's gonna be awesome. That's what's gonna get me back into it,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, I've heard that it's pretty unbelievable what they've got going for it. So I will be going to the theater for that one.
Yeah, same.
without question. And if she doesn't want to go, I'll just tell her, okay, I'm going without you this
Yeah,
time. Can't help it. But I just thought it was also kind of weird that No Way Home, there wasn't really a stinger. It was the preview for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
That's just unusual. Well, there was a little bit of a stinger.
Yeah.
The mid-credit stinger. Was
I missed that
funny.
one because I had to pee so fucking bad at the end of that movie, like so bad, and it's like if I hold this any longer, I'm gonna have to go to the
Did
hospital.
you ever watch it?
No, I'm sure it's like on YouTube or something.
Well, it
right?
made me just be like, Tom Holland better do one more. He better do that movie.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Nikki told me about it because I came back. I was like, did I miss anything? She's like, yeah. I was like, what I miss? And she told me. I was like, okay, I haven't watched any of those.
Well, I mean, I'm glad it
But
is
they've-
a separate thing.
It's the way
Yeah.
that
they
they've
opened the window for something
now
separate.
introduced that
Yep.
into the official MCU,
Yep.
which is crazy.
Hell yes, do it right.
That's going to make a great next Spider-Man movie, because now I'm thinking Flash Thompson and, the whole thing
Mhm.
is going to
Oh,
come
if they do
to
that,
bear.
if they do, you're talking about Flash in the symbiote suit?
Yes.
Yes. Hell yeah,
I want that to be the case because Flash is
but not that,
no, that guy.
Not
this,
that Flash.
This,
No.
this Flash.
I want it to be him
Yeah?
because he's been sort of the comic relief this whole time.
Okay.
To have him emerge as this
To be an American
ridiculous
badass?
supervillain because he's just all about attention and he's
All the
obsessed
dark
with Spider-Man
side comes out.
and he was such a shithead to Peter Parker.
He's got to go to war though. He's got to lose his legs. That's a big part. That's a big part of it. Is that suit gives Flash the power to fucking walk again.
Yeah.
Like that's huge. Like that's a big motivator where it's like, yeah, this thing fucking sucks, but
I could see it. I could see it working somehow because I think he would be the perfect, not perfect choice for Venom. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, all right, I'm done. I had to get that off my chest because I've said for the last 6 months how pissed off I am. I never got to see Spider-Man.
You got to see it.
I got to see it, and I'm happy.
And it wasn't spoiled
and
for
it was
you.
Not spoiled,
and that is
I'm happy.
amazing.
Yes.
I watched Turning Red, the new Pixar.
Oh, I haven't seen
new
that one
Pixar
yet.
joint. It's good.
I've heard it's good. I kind of want to take the kids to go see it.
Yeah, we saw it on.
It's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, it's great. Highly recommend it. Yeah, I think the girls will love it. Henry and I and Nikki watched it.
Cohen loved it. He thought it was really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Even though he probably didn't understand the theme,
right?
But he still enjoyed the big red
Sure.
panda.
Yeah. No, they did a great job with that. Where it's like a lot of different people. I mean, it's Pixar. A lot of different people, different ages can enjoy this thing.
Sure.
And they nailed it.
Been thrown under a little bit of controversy.
Really?
Because
I've
it deals
that.
with female puberty. It deals with a girl.
That's what the movie is about.
I know, and
what's the
there's
problem
a lot
with
of
that?
people that are just up in arms about why you're going to make a cartoon about a girl getting her period
Because it happens.
Because it happens, and it's normal.
No, it doesn't.
And maybe,
no, it doesn't, girl. No.
Maybe we should normalize this so girls understand what the fuck might happen to them.
No, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's
I've heard good
ridiculous that people would be
It's so
upset about
fucking
that.
ridiculous.
Because what the Kinsey report, where they did the whole study of men's sexuality and talked about all the male experiences and like this huge multi-year study where Kinsey interviewed every man under the sun, getting every story, making all this infographics. And it was a huge hit, like this big study in human sexuality, but just from the male perspective. When he tried to do it again with women, it did not go over at all.
Like, what do you mean? They didn't want to participate? Or
Well, he got people to participate, but their people were upset. They don't want to know about anything sexual about their grandmother.
Oh,
or
the general public was
the
upset.
general
you
public,
mean?
yeah, did not buy it at all.
Man,
He
it kind of
he
sucks.
crashed and burned after
It doesn't
that.
kind of suck. It really sucks for everybody.
Well,
where it's
yep.
like, yeah, we're repressed about this.
Well, and the
Yep,
thing,
yep.
the thing is, it's been that way forever. I was talking to Tanya about this, and she told me it's been like this forever. She didn't know what the fuck was going on when she got her first period.
Yeah.
And she was freaking the fuck out because nobody
Oh, I
bothered
bet.
to educate her.
Yep.
At that point, her mom and dad had divorced, and she was living with her dad, and she got it in school. And was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And ended up going home, and then his dad's girlfriend had to kind of coach her as to what to do and what to expect and all this stuff. And I'm like, God, why would you not warn someone well in advance that, hey, this is going to be a problem for you forever, by the way.
Well, Melissa didn't know
Yeah.
either. Her parents never talked about it, so she just had to what was she at, church camp or something? Like it was a whole.
Yeah.
So she just made sure the girls never struggle with anything like
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
Period.
that's excellent. And I
Period.
think that's the way it should be.
Period. Not pause.
You're
Period.
right. Specifically. Very, very good. Very good. Well played. And I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife again.
Oh, yeah.
I need to watch that.
It's a great movie.
Henry's yeah, it is. Henry's best friend, he had a birthday party and they rented out a theater in the Cinemark.
Oh, sweet.
And he wanted to watch his best friend wanted to watch Ghostbusters Afterlife. So yeah, they got a group together. And we watched it again, and it's an entirely different experience.
The second time.
The second time. I don't know. I don't know if it's because it was the second time or if it's because I could not fully invest myself in the movie because it was one of those where it's like got to keep an eye on him because it's not he's really good in movies, but this was a birthday party combo.
So kids were all over
it's
running
just it's
friends.
fucking it's insane, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it was a little
Well,
tougher.
we watched it a second time with our grandson, with Cohen, and I
Yeah.
still liked it. It didn't have obviously the same impact because I knew everything.
Right. Okay.
Happening, but I still enjoyed the movie.
I did too.
I still got a good laugh out
Yeah.
of it, and it was fun.
Yeah.
So
I think you dig it, Tyler.
Yeah.
I think you dig it. Yeah.
Because Melissa, I need to watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for
good.
sure.
She's Ghostbusters fanatic.
Yeah.
I've never seen the first one.
if she's a Ghostbusters,
You haven't seen the first one? Oh wow. Yeah, the first one's the
You
first
guys-
one's I think
I've
holds
seen
up.
enough to understand it, and
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Oh sure, I'm sure you've seen a bunch
but
of
then
clips.
I've seen 200.
You've seen the cartoon though, right? So you
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, so I
You got
I've seen
it.
the cartoon.
You got it. You're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
I would recommend giving Ghostbusters 1 a full watch through.
Yeah.
It's because it's not just to get you already know how it all works. I get that, but just the way that they play off one another, the actors, and the dialogue and everything. It's worth a watch because it bears heavily on Afterlife anyway.
Mm.
And there's a few subtle clues and cues, I should say, in Afterlife that nod back to the original that make it that little bit of fan service a little bit more rewarding if you
Sure.
kind of know
Yeah.
what's
Well,
up.
And Ghostbusters is a funny movie.
And it's
I mean,
funny.
that's
Bill
like-
Murray.
Bill
they're all
Murray's great.
just great.
Dan Aykroyd. Honestly, I think it might be the best movie Dan Aykroyd's in.
Could be.
I mean, I think they're all really good in. I think it's a funny movie, and I think it's a funnier movie than Ghostbusters 2. It's funny in a different way. Ghostbusters 2 is kind of like
That was
a cartoon that's a movie, kind of, sort of, like it gets into like some really like wacky stuff, which I loved as a kid
sure.
and still do. I still like
Nothing wrong
Ghostbusters
with
2.
it. I think it's a little scarier.
It is a little scarier.
You know?
Yes. Yeah. With the scene where,
You could tell they had a little more money and a little bit more of this and that. And I know that, Bill Murray only agreed to do it to help out Egon.
Harold Ramis.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He went to Bill Murray. Bill Murray was done. He
Yeah.
said, I'm out,
I'll be Garfield in a few years.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I'm
gonna
done
do
with
that
this
like
shit.
5 times. But Ghostbusters, once. That's it. But he went back to Harold Ramis, went to him and said, look, dude, I need this.
Yeah.
I need this. I've got to keep riding this fucking cash cow because it's my thing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be my legacy. And it was
Yeah.
his legacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Bill Murray.
Do it.
agreed
I'll
to-
do more stripes. I promise. Let's go.
He
Oh,
agreed.
please
to-
don't do more
No,
stripes.
don't do more stripes. He
People
agreed
love
to
that
be
movie. It's
in
just
it.
it's old fashioned to me.
It's old fashioned and it's not culturally appropriate these days. It just doesn't.
I must
pretty,
be.
It's pretty.
Did I watch a different Stripes?
No,
You
it's
watched the
just
Comedy
not.
Central version, probably.
Maybe.
with all that cut out. I've never seen it. I only know it exists because they showed it like every weekend on
Yeah.
Comedy Central for like a
People
year.
love Stripes.
There's just
I
stuff from
it's-
movies like back then that
Sure.
don't fly well with
Sure.
people. With me, I don't care. I've always liked Stripes. I
Yeah.
just thought it's a good movie, but
I feel like Stripes is one of those movies where, like, when I watched it, I was like, man, this is for people who are like 5 years older than me. And that's not like saying that it's a bad thing. It's just that we've talked about this on the show before, where it's like how quickly comedy changes. Like, and I don't know, like some of it I feel like is timeless. But
Yeah.
then, like, some of it I feel like doesn't age well. And honestly, like Stripes is one of those where it's like, man, I don't know.
it doesn't age
You saying
well.
Porky's
I mean,
didn't age
but-
well?
What?
Oh,
You saying
boy.
Porky's and
Oh,
Revenge of the
Porky's.
Nerds
No.
didn't age
Okay,
well?
so I haven't seen Porky's
Pause.
since I was a child. Pause. Since I was a child.
We talked about Revenge of the Nerds recently. And
Yeah.
how that I watched that one
Again, I haven't seen that one since I was a child. I'd like
Don't.
to reiterate,
It's
a
just-
child.
It's just rape that the woman gets into. That's
Yeah.
yeah, no problem.
Look,
It's not
70% of
problematic at all.
hentai is based on that. There's a Super Punch Out tournament recently.
How did that
Hard
go?
pivot.
I was thought about getting into it, and I was like, no.
I kept expecting Tyler to show up and whip some ass.
Original hardware. I'd have to have it.
Oh yeah.
I can't do it without
You
original
feel the
hardware.
difference?
Yeah, it's extremely noticeable.
You should have texted me. I got you, man.
I should have.
got
You're
you.
right.
I
You're
do.
right.
I got
You
you.
do.
I have a spare copy of Super Punch Out, a spare Super Nintendo. I could have a spare CRT. I could have hooked that
That's
shit
true.
up, man. You would have tore it up.
Well, next one I'll do.
It kind of came out of the blue. Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins hosted a Super Punch Out tournament on Discord. I don't know if it got out of Discord or not. I don't think it did. Like, I don't know if it spilled over to Facebook or anything, but or essentially it was like, hey, it's Tadpog prom weekend and prom is canceled. So Phil like took it upon himself to like put together a Super Punch Out tournament and like put down some money. It was like $5 per, like a bounty for each. There's a $5 bounty, a $3 bounty, and a $1 bounty, I think it was, for each fighter in the game. So I mean, he threw some real money behind this, and top 3 times got the top, the bounties in that order. And then there was a grand prize that was drawn randomly from like all participants that Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn donated.
Oh damn!
It's a fucking
Gonna be good.
yeah. It's a Game Boy. It's a Game
Shit.
Boy with like an IPS screen and like the backlit, and it's really fucking clean looking. It was. I mean, that's really rad of those two guys
Yeah.
to fucking do that.
Excellent.
I had a lot of fun. I played nothing but Super Punch Out pretty much. And it's like, Elden Ring, gonna set you to the side. I've been enjoying the shit out of you, but sorry, I have to get into Super Punch Out, which is a game
It's better anyway. It's fine.
It's pretty good.
It's harder anyway.
Okay, so I unlocked the special circuit. This is over the course of a day and a half.
Okay,
I unlocked special circuit. And
Hoy Carlo.
good God,
Yep.
Hoy Carlo.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I think he's the hardest fighter.
What the fuck, man?
He's the hardest one in the game. He's harder than the Bruiser Brothers.
Is he really? That's really good to hear.
In my
like,
opinion.
Because when I was fighting him, I was like, holy shit, there are 2 fighters after him. And I can't do this. So it's like, he is way like Hoy Carlo is insanity.
Yep.
Insanity. Harder than any fighter in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Like, I mean, and I've just recently played and beat Mike Tyson's Punch Out. So this is like a really good like time frame to compare. Super Punch Out's so much fucking harder than Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Yes.
What do you have to do to unlock the special circuit?
You have to be undefeated in every other circuit.
Oh,
So,
okay. I got
Which I thought when I heard that, I was like, fuck, that's so hard. And then it was okay. Because once you get through a circuit once, you can do time trials. So you can just practice the fighter that you're having the problems
Gotcha.
with. With me, it was
Macho Man's only the real
Super
real
Macho
threat.
Man was one that I had to practice a lot. But like, what's great about it is this was all based on like in the tournament, it's all based on fastest time. So it's like we've talked about this on the show before. Like, I'm the kind of guy that's like, when there's a fighting game that I like, I will go into practice mode and I'll practice the combos and like do that. So like this kind of shit is like in my wheelhouse, where it's like fight Super Macho Man for 4 hours straight, no problem, got it. And it's like I'll just do that, and it's fun, it's relaxing, it's like therapeutic to like work this useless skill.
Please watch Summoning Salt's video on Super Punch.
Yeah,
Out. It's the
Henry
most
and I
recent
started
one.
watching it. Yeah,
God,
we
good.
We started watching it, but we haven't finished it yet. And I know like some of the folks in Discord were mentioning that video too. But like, yeah, like it was really fun, and it was fun to like. I went to speedrun.com, and they have a guide section on the page, and I went to the guide section, and it's like there's a really cool like primer video on how to speedrun Super Punch Out, and it's like I went through the first circuit of that, and then at that point I was like, I'm just gonna do my own thing from this point forward. But even that was like a lot of fun, like getting like a really, really low time on like Gabby J and like all that. It's like, that's like, wow, this is fun. And like the bald bull fight is a lot of fun. Piston Hurricane is like
He beat his
super
ass.
easy to get like a really fast
Yep.
time in. And it's like, man, this is cool. I can see the appeal to speed running, particularly this, but man, That's a commitment.
Because Summoning Salt talks about how there are scripted fights and then unscripted fights in Punch Out. And it's the unscripted fights that scripted ones are really fun. You get that rhythm down, but the unscripted ones, it's sheer cruel luck.
Yeah.
As to like Dragon Chan. Dragon Chan has to do his quick heal. Otherwise, fucking throw the runaway.
Yeah.
Throw the trash. Because if he kicks, which he does 50% of the time, game over. Throw it away. I forget who else is like that has a really random. Macho Man a little bit. Sandman's a scripted fight. Sandman's not bad. Masked
Mass Muscle.
Masked Muscle isn't bad.
I had trouble with him. Like I had to like really like timing that spit.
Yep.
It's like that was a little tricky. Yeah. That's a good game. And I know we've done an episode on it, and I feel like my like stumbling block when we did that episode, I can't remember for sure. I think was Aaron Ryan. But now that is like Aaron Ryan is like the most fun fight in that game.
Trying to time that super punch when he comes in, trying to chain punch after punch after punch.
Well, it's just knowing like I don't know. I like gimmicky fights. And like and Aaron Ryan has one gimmick. And if you know that gimmick, it's all good. Like when you knock him down and he goes in for his vampire hug, when he twitches, just punch him and then super punch. That's all you have to know. And then it's like, if you just like get that, if you just do the read right every time, it's like, you're going to have a decent time on that fight. But like when you don't know that stuff, it's frantic. Because it's like, hey, he's hugging me, and he's gaining life, and he takes so little damage when I hit him. Yep. Yeah. So like just knowing, I don't know, it's a good game.
Well, I remember
it's a good game.
From watching some of those videos, of finally figuring out how my brother got such a by accident low time on Bear Hugger.
Oh yeah,
because no matter what I did, his time was like 5 seconds better than mine. No matter, I mean, I did it 100 times to try and beat him, and I couldn't get close. And like, here, Ryan, show me what you did. He couldn't do it again. He had no idea what he had done. But there's that window where you can punch him in the stomach and stun him and dramatically cut your time.
Yeah.
All you had to do was do that once by accident.
And
that's why he got that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Bear Hugger is interesting because it's like, I got a good time on him, and it was like, okay, I'm done with that fight. Because like timing those strides to hit him in the belly is like, well, I wasn't good
hard.
At that.
Yep.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention that. That was a lot of fun. And like, wow, like it's been a long time since like I told Nikki, I was like, it's Saturday night, and like I'm lying in bed, and it's like my body's on fire. It's just like, did someone beat my time for Bear Hugger? Gotta check. And it's like updating my phone like constantly. It's like, all right, someone beat my time. I gotta go. So that stuff. I don't know.
So did you place?
Yeah. I got second place.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. I couldn't. My problem was that I didn't get in a special circuit fast enough. And it's like, because I got the last day of the competition, last day of the tournament, I got into like the Hoy Carlo fight, and it's like, this ain't happening. Like, it's not happening. I can like my body is weak from all this super punch out. The flesh is weak, spongy. I couldn't do it. I didn't have it in me to figure out that fight. He was just too punishing. Like, I mean, he just come out, and it's like, none of my punches are hitting. None of them are hitting. And like, he's just beating the shit out of me with his staff.
Yep.
And it's like, how do I hit him?
And he does the one where he sways side to side, so you can't just mash one button. You have to alternate. And then what can he do? Because he will do the random dodges, where just no matter what, just RNG, he's just gonna dodge that punch.
Really?
Like, yeah. Rick is definitely easier. Rick is 100% easier than Hoy Carlo. Nick is pretty close. I think Hoy is the hardest, but Nick comes close because Nick hits so fucking hard.
Gotcha. Less room for error.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. See, I'm better. I feel like I'm better with fights like that, where it's like, even like Super Macho Man, like you get to a point where it's like his spin punch is devastating.
Yep.
But it's like, as long as you learn that And when you get it down, it's like he's not that bad. But yeah, when you're learning it, it's just like, holy God, that's rough. Where it's like, there have been times where it's like, he would knock me out or knock me down, I guess. I'd get up and then immediately do a spin punch. And it's like, I'm down again. Fantastic. So, Willie got first place. He like dominated in special circuit. Because it was really just he was the only person who had times in special circuit for a long time because there's a barrier to entry to that.
Yep.
You know, not only are those fights really difficult, but you have to unlock them. So he held those for a long time. And so I'm like strategically, like if I can just get into that circuit and I don't even have to beat Willie, but if I can like place times in each of those fights, that's second. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Narcissus Prince was a joke. And then like
As long as you punch him in the face early, it's game over.
He was a joke, but then it was like I got the Hoy Carlo, and it's like that was a mistake. I can't do this. And then my strategy early on was like I'll get all the minor circuits as low as I possibly can because those are the easiest to speed run.
Yep.
And then Chris Murray, Mr. Saturn, just a punk. He got that same idea. It was like, so then we started competing over those times in there. It's like, oh no. So it was a lot. It was a lot of fun. It really was. It's been a long time since I've been like that driven to play a game and also not salty about it at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you're having
that's
fun.
Right. And I think it's because of the format. When I'm playing a game that is like you're competing with one another and it's live. And it's like there's something when there's a degree of separation when it's like we just play on our own time and submit our scores essentially. There's something different about that to me than like head to head. You know, like a fighting game, for example. This is more like along the lines of like it's a single player experience, but
you control the narrative in a way, and you can do it your own way, and you're earning that without having to. You're fighting the computer. You're not fighting some other person,
right?
Where you're grudging against this person,
right?
And that you're not worrying about bad blood or anything else,
right? Because we're fighting the same thing.
Yes, y'all are fighting. You're competing against the same opponent,
right?
And that's cool.
And also each other, but like to a lesser extent.
Exactly. Not you're indirectly competing with
it was a great choice.
It was a
great choice of game.
In there and played. I just didn't have time this weekend.
I get it. It would have been rad. I spent more time playing video games this past weekend than I have in a very long time. And it was all Super Punch.
I haven't had time to play it all. I put my Switch on the charger today for the first time, and I don't know how long, and it took a second to light up.
Because you're getting those Mario Kart tracks?
I'm going to.
Those are coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to get that. And
that's this recording.
Yeah.
And that the Super Punch Out thing kind of like has me going back on my I don't want to do a Mario Kart tournament thing.
No, I don't want to race you.
We can race. You and I can race. We're horrible.
We're bad. But we would have fun.
Tyler, you went in on the minor circuit with us?
I'll run it.
Yeah.
I'll just ask for the power checks and it'll be fun.
Okay.
When you guys race on Mario.
All right. Okay.
Deal.
We need to script it.
Finding the whistle noise whenever you cross the finish line in Mario Kart for your guys' race of that episode was so fucking hard. Whee!
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. There are a lot of times where I'm like, because like a lot of like for this episode, for instance, it's going to be like Wing Commander music between each break for like the bumper. And honestly, that's not so bad. It's way easier than it used to be. Like I remember like years ago, like when we were using Bulbasaur.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember like going on like weird fucking websites to find that. You know what I mean? Like sites where it's like
I've got Oddish and Bulbasaur
and it's like I'm probably gonna get a virus for being on this site. Now it's just like, okay, YouTube.
Yep.
It's on there.
Yep.
It's another movie I watched recently.
Oh, the Pokemon?
Nope. Wing Commander.
Wing Commander. Okay, you guys want to get into Wing Commander?
Pokemon 2000, that Herman Cain joint where he would quote Mewtwo. Yeah.
Let's talk about Wing Commander.
Yeah. You want to take a break?
Let's take a break first.
All right. And we're back
once again.
in POG form.
Yes.
What's up, guys? You want to talk about Wing Commander?
You're not gonna like. They're not gonna like what I have to say about it. I don't know. Maybe they won't care.
I don't think anyone's
It's an
going to care.
SNES port of a DOS game. I mean,
what could possibly go wrong?
I mean, there have been a good port. I think Prince of Persia is a great port,
Maniac Mansion's a good port too.
but that's NES, so we can write that off, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I agree. I mean, I need to finish Maniac Mansion. That's like, I'm not going to get into it, but I want to play that one. I want to play that one with Zalnop, real bad. I need to get together with him and see if we can play Maniac Mansion together, because he's never really played much of it either. And we used to, like, when I was streaming, joke about, or not really joke about, but talk about, like, I want to do a Maniac Mansion stream, but we do it as a group, but only people who haven't played it can contribute to what we're doing.
And
see, that's
each
impossible.
one be a different kid. So whenever somebody gets kidnapped, you have to switch to the other one and move the other one around.
Well, but then someone's got to sit out. You know what I mean? I guess it does give an element of danger to it, though. So yeah.
So, are we gonna lead into Wing Commander? Are we gonna describe what it is?
Yeah. You want to talk about what it is?
Go ahead. Just
It is a first-person space flight action simulator developed by Origin Systems and published by Mindscape in 1992. It was originally released in 1990 for MS-DOS and was ported to multiple other platforms, not just the SNES. This game came out on a lot of systems.
Everything.
It was everywhere.
Not the Genesis, though, which I thought was weird. But they did do, I think there's a Sega CD version, which I almost checked that one out. But I was like, no, man, if I'm going to check out another version of this game, it's going to be the MS-DOS version of the game.
So, Wing Commander was one of my first PC games because my stepfather-in-law, Tanya's stepdad, he's a big gamer, has been since forever, and he gave it to me. He had a copy and he sent it to me. We were still just freshly married, and
So this was a while back.
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Early 90s.
Okay, so around the time the game came out.
It
Okay.
was probably a couple of years after the game came out. Gage was a little guy, so it would have been about 93.
You got it, and you're like, oh yeah, I've seen this on the SNES.
Yeah.
It was ported 2 years after the original.
Well, I ended up getting my first PC, which was a Gateway 2000.
Oh,
PC,
man.
Oh, yeah.
And
Is that the cow box?
Jez
yes,
Ball.
it came in a cow box.
Jez Ball, man.
My father-in-law heard about me getting the PC. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna send you this game." So
Yeah.
he sends me
Don't copy that floppy.
sends me the game, and I was absolutely fucking into this game.
I bet. How
fucking
old were you at the
loved
time?
it. Probably 19. 20.
Yeah, that's prime into
Yeah.
Wing Commander.
And I played that game like it was my fucking job. I bought the joystick.
Nice.
Did the whole fucking thing with it. You know, I had to
Nice.
find the right COM port for the joystick. And
Oh
all
boy,
that
I do
shit.
remember that.
Yeah.
Do you have your IRQ set
Got
properly?
my IRQ set. Took forever to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
I learned how to use computers the hard way.
Yeah, me too.
The hardest way.
Me at 2 a.m. like, shit, I have to fix the family computer before my dad wakes up in 4
Yes,
hours.
Exactly. Yeah. Desperation,
Yeah.
as they say.
It's a fine motivator.
But I loved Wing Commander, and the concept of this type of game just blew my mind, and it was pretty mind blowing for everyone else. I mean, this game was a huge hit.
Is this kind of the first of its kind?
It
I mean,
is.
yeah.
This one was the precursor to X-Wing and
Right.
TIE Fighter, and of course that was a gateway drug for me because I was
Not your PC?
Not
your PC?
My PC was a gateway.
Yeah, drug.
Pause. Because when X-Wing and TIE Fighter and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, all
X-Wing
those
versus
came out,
TIE, man.
I was hooked. I already knew. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it's Wing Commander, only it's Star Wars, honey. I'm buying this. I could not resist. And of course, I played those games like it was my job. But Wing Commander was my baby. I loved that game. And it went on for a while. Now, I fell off of that, especially after I did sort of leave Wing Commander behind after X-Wing came out.
Sure.
And stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just Star Wars was more my thing. But I will always have super fond memories of Wing Commander and how cool. I didn't even mind doing escort missions in this game. You know, it was awesome. That being said, I have very strong feelings about the port to the SNES.
Okay, I want to get into that.
We're going to get into that
for sure. But I think, Tyler, you have experience with this game as well, right? Don't you have some kind of personal experience?
My uncle, who has passed since, my last memories of him were going over, all in the same year, because I feel like the next year he may have died. He had a car accident. But we went over to his house for like a family reunion, and he had just got a new computer. So he shows us, You Don't Know Jack, which I played the shit out of. I stayed over there forever playing it, went home, begged for it. Brandon and I bought it. Brandon and I played the shit out of it. Loved the original You Don't Know Jack.
Yeah.
And he also had Wing Commander.
Now, this was PC?
PC.
Okay.
He had the whole big setup. It was like voice acted and shit. And I feel like Mark Hamill was
Mark Hamill was one of the major voices in that movie.
Yeah, so
he did all the
in the game.
Or in the game. He did all the Kilrathi voices, and I think he actually did like one of the generals or something.
Yeah, I remember he showed us all that because he just thought it was the coolest thing. Of course, nobody in my family fucking got it. They like the trivia like I did.
Yeah,
like Wing Commander, like, oh, that looks neat.
Yeah.
And then,
I can see the trivia being the crowd pleaser.
Yeah, sure, it's kind of a general.
And then for Christmas, he brought us his absolute favorite movie, and we all had to watch it, like the whole big extended family.
Was it Wing Commander?
It was, man, that might have gone over better. It was Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Which my family, they were fucking appalled.
Really?
By Nightmare Before Christmas.
Like your immediate family or the entire, like the Hollands as a whole?
Both. The Hollands as a whole. We're just like, what are you? This is death. This looks satanic. This like,
yeah, it's fucking rad, isn't it?
He just did not understand. He's like, this is great.
Your uncle's
come on, you guys! I'm Wing Commander guy. Come on, you love this shit.
Your uncle's was kind of a wild card, wasn't he?
Yeah. So yeah, I just strictly remember this from going over at his house that day.
He sounds awesome.
Yep.
What about you, Dave? Did you have any sort of connection to Wing Commander growing up?
Man, I wish. Honestly, I'm like envious of you both because like, nope, Wing Commander was just one of those games that honestly, man, I didn't even hear about until like until like high school.
And
by that point,
to hear that because they marketed the absolute shit out of these games.
Well, the original came out in '89, I think.
Okay,
I was 8. And,
that makes sense.
And we were off the mics just a minute ago. I was, and still am, a huge dork. And like, marketing wasn't hitting me at 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, I get
it's
that.
like moon shoes, yes. GAC, sure. But like, video game stuff. And I came from a household that was, this is where honestly, like kind of like, it's weird. Cause like I came from a household where it's like, no video game consoles. We have a computer. Mm-hmm. You can play games on the computer, but yet Wing Commander never showed up.
Well, and I guess I can understand that because, frankly, I hadn't seen much about it. I'd heard of it, but I didn't pay any attention to it until I got my copy. So,
and I didn't really honestly get into like, I didn't have a video game group of friends until like middle school,
right.
And like by then it's like 4 years had passed, and it's like I'm sure I know there was more than one Wing Commander game, but it wasn't too long after that where it's like, oh yeah, X-Wing, Star Wars. I like Star Wars, right. So like same with you. I just kind of missed Wing Commander.
Going in the other direction would have been difficult, given your age and the fact that it's going to be hard to pull you off of Star Wars something for this. Hey, this game's like that. It started that. Nah, fuck it.
Right. But
Talking cats?
Yeah.
Nah,
get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no, I didn't have any experience with it. So I was honestly excited to try this game out. And I was really looking forward to seeing what Wing Commander is all about because I mean, X-Wing versus TIE, like I know like that. People say that that's one of the weakest entries of that series because there's no single player element to it.
I did agree with that statement.
But
you had X-Wing and you had TIE Fighter.
But that was my entry point, and it was like, I mean, so. because I like that game so much, and then the games that came out after it, I was like, all right, yeah, I want to check out. I like this genre. I like this space flight action sim genre. I want to check out Wing Commander.
Of all, I'm going to make a pause. Period, pause.
Ellipses.
Gather, loading, buffering. Of all my nerdy shit, I did it again. All right.
What did you do?
I'm paused. I said and then
You did?
rolled into it. Yep.
Yeah, it didn't even look. Please don't.
I have to
Please
work-
don't
I have to
reprogram
work on
yourself. Please don't.
If somebody we know could give themselves a new laugh, I could fix
Yeah,
out.
please don't do it. Because okay,
It's more important to me when I'm DMing than
Okay.
if we're just having a casual conversation.
sure. I don't want. Okay, so when we first started doing this show, I don't even remember this or not.
I remember I did the editing. too. Yeah.
Editing regular episodes
yeah.
took forever. Like the amount of time it takes for you to now edit one of the D&D episodes.
You would think
Where
we're
it's like
doing
cutting out
cocaine
every
for the amount of I edit out of those episodes.
Yeah, you would think. But I guess my point is that I don't know, man. It's all good. We're just friends hanging out,
I'm just
talking.
friendly, you're right.
It's
you're
all
right,
good.
You're right.
We're not, we're not like a news station.
Don't overthink it. Don't
Yeah.
overthink it.
I will make a Game of Thrones reference.
Okay.
So the maesters have the chains, and every link is in the chain that they wear is a field of study that they've
Sure,
mastered.
right.
Mhm.
So if my maester's chain is all the areas of geekdom that I have studied and know and have become accomplished in, one chain that both of you have that I am missing is the space fantasy chain. That is my
Yeah.
weakest area of nerd foo. Like,
Really? Even with Battlestar Galactica? I feel like you know more about it than
I
I
like
do.
Battlestar Galactica. I hate all the space fighting.
Really?
Like
so you like the drama and the story, but you're not into.
I
the
don't care for
combat
space
and
combat
stuff.
Like
Okay.
even in watching Star Wars, don't care about it. I think it looks silly. I think it's out of place.
Yeah.
Darth Vader in a fucking TIE fighter. I think he looks stupid.
Well, that was fucking ridiculous anyway. I mean,
Hold up, guys. Let's wait a minute.
I have you now. let me turn off my radio. Let me tune my radio.
Big
I don't like
badass
this
guy.
station.
Let me cram into this.
Come on, he's got the special tie. He's got the special one.
The advance.
I remember seeing that advance and being like, holy shit.
Wow, that. It's the wings. They're cocked into the. What the fuck?
Isn't it ridiculous how like easy it was to impress me when I
No,
saw
I
that
was too.
movie?
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad.
Just crooked slightly so.
So like playing this game, like man, it did not hit on me in any cylinders.
Well, that's understandable for a myriad of reasons.
I can appreciate what it was trying to do story wise and with
Yeah.
its characters.
Yeah, see, that's
and
why I was surprised
that
to hear you
I
say
can
that.
appreciate that, but I couldn't get to all of that because the space fighting, like, no.
Well, hit us with the list.
All right, so let's say box art. Start on with the
format.
box art.
Yes.
So Dave, you sent us the box art.
Yes.
First impressions based solely on the box art.
This is going to be a space flight sim action adventure game. That's what I got from it.
Obviously,
It's on the nose.
It felt like top down shooter to me.
Really?
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I would have expected.
Okay.
Well, having known from my experience what Wing Commander is, I knew what it was going to
Yeah,
be. But
sure.
from a box art standpoint, I actually really liked it. I thought
I did.
from
I
the
like
perspective sitting in the cockpit like you get from the game,
Yeah.
and there's all the explosions and the things going on. It made it seem like we're really trying to bring home that Wing Commander experience.
Yeah.
We want you to have this
Well,
because it's awesome.
On the other end of the spectrum, so Secret Missions, the Wing Commander Secret Missions game, that does seem like simulator to me. That box art reeks more of it to me than the first one.
Really?
Is that right? Because I thought that box art for the Secret Missions was boring. It was just kind of
Yeah.
not nearly
That's probably
as
why I thought
exciting.
simulator.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think I'm with Ian. Like with the first, like in Secret Missions, the camera is no longer in the cockpit
Inside,
on the
you're
box.
just seeing two ships. That
Yeah.
one's half exploding and the other's
Yeah.
flying away.
So I can feel like that could be anything. I feel like that kind of opens it up.
It could have been a sequel, seeing the inside of the cockpit, like, oh, this is the sequel to Space Football, Well, you're inside a cockpit just chasing shit down.
That is true.
But I did like. I can't really say that it affected my perspective on the game because I already knew what the game was going to be like. So, but it was cool. The box art was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It would have sucked me in. I would have seen that on the shelf and been like, that looks fun.
It is some of the better box art we've had in a minute.
Agreed.
It is.
Plus, I love the Wing Commander logo. It's such a good, recognizable, symmetrical logo. I just really always dug
It's
that.
well, it's like it reminds me of like the Red Alert Command and Conquer. It's
Yeah,
kind of it's
yeah.
very it's out there, it's bold, you kind of get it when you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if this were a movie,
Yeah.
what movie would it be?
Well, aside from Wing
You
Commander,
think I might say Wing Commander?
I've
What
got
do
a
you
couple.
Ian?
I got a couple. Kind of some weird deep cuts, actually. Because
let's have a weird deep cut competition, okay?
okay,
You go first.
Holmes and Watson.
All right, that is a weird deep cut.
This is the recent one starring Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Never seen it.
You're
I
not.
forgot about it.
I did too.
So I had, because of like Step Brothers and stuff, because I love those movies and they were so funny, I had really high hopes for this game. I had high hopes for that movie. Both let me down.
Oh, no, the movie sucks.
tremendously. Yeah, it really does. It's not of the same quality.
They should have just
tried.
done Step Brothers, but in like the Victorian.
Yes, that would have been so.
They're the
worth it.
same characters and everything.
And Holmes and Watson was okay, but it just didn't get me the way Step Brothers and Ricky Bobby or Talladega Nights, all those. It just didn't have that same. You could tell they were kind of running out of steam. So not my favorite. I had another as well. I had two more actually.
Okay.
For the same reasons.
Don't take mine, please.
For the same reasons, because as I've mentioned, I had hopes that this game would be awesome, and it really, really let me down. And I'll get into why later. Attack of the Clones, because coming off of Phantom Menace, I really liked Phantom Menace, and it got me pumped and hyped. And then Attack of the Clones really just disappointed me because it just didn't have that same energy, right? And then the last one I chose was a movie called Cabin Fever, which is a horror movie directed by Eli Roth back in the early 2000s. It's one of his first goes at it. He was backed by Quentin Tarantino. It was a big to-do about it, and it was the literal biggest piece of shit ever. so much so that there was a remake of that movie done recently that was produced by Eli Roth and directed.
We're
and
doing it again, baby.
He didn't direct it, though.
Yeah, he just
realized
backed it. He's like, this is my penance.
I'll give someone else money to do this better.
he pretty much. He was like,
Here, Huey Bowl.
now knowing what I know about Eli Roth, he was probably thinking they were paying homage to his film. Really, what was happening was everybody knows that
fixing
original was a complete piece of shit and it needed to be fixed. So that was, for all the same reasons, those are my three movies that come to mind.
When you said Cabin Fever, my mind went Cabin Boy with Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
That's what this. Okay.
No, that was actually
All right.
funny. So
I wanted to see that one in middle school, but never did.
yeah, it was okay. It was very much what you would expect. Yeah.
I liked his Tostitos commercials, though. Was it Tostitos or was it a different brand?
I liked
can't
his
remember.
daughter on SNL,
Oh, yeah?
Abby Elliott.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, she was really good.
Chris Elliott got his start as the guy under the bleachers on the David Letterman show.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was this random guy that would come out from under the bleachers from time to time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been on this. So, like, David Letterman had, like, they've been putting a bunch of like clips on YouTube recently. So, and like Dennis was sending me a bunch. And so it's like, it's now in my algorithm, and it's now like not uncommon for me to watch like 20 minutes of David Letterman on any given night. And it's like, Google is like, man, I don't know about this guy. It's like fucking like David Letterman clips or like anime reviews, and then like speed running. Like, actually, we do know this guy. We have a lot of these. We have a lot of these.
All right, what are your movies?
I only have one,
Okay.
and that is Stephen King's Sleepwalkers.
Ooh,
Horrible movie,
wow.
but there's cat people in it.
There you go. Okay, I didn't take the cat angle. But that's okay.
Yep. There's horrible looking cat people in it, and there are also horrible looking cat people in this video game called the Kilrathi.
The Kilrathi,
And
they
Nicky,
were a lot fuzzier in the game than they were in the movie.
Well, we were
They're
watching them.
Bothans.
Yeah, many Bothans
Many
died to
Bothans
produce
died.
this movie. Nikki and I were watching Wing Commander last night, and she was like, "Oh yeah." She was like, "You want to do something tonight?" I was like, "I gotta watch a movie for the show."
I did that too.
Yeah.
And Tanya said you can watch it on your laptop. I'm not watching it.
Nikki was like, "Oh, I'll watch it with you." And I'm like, "I really don't think that you want to, but you're welcome to. I've heard this movie is horrible." And she's like, "No, well, I want to watch it." So we watched it. But anyway, she was like, "Are the cats called Kilrathy because like cats kill rats?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Holy shit, maybe."
I never would have thought of that, but that might be it.
And I was like, "This is based on a video game, so probably."
Yeah.
It does sound like some like video game ass shit. Well, cats kill rats. Kill rat.
Kill rat E.
See.
So
So
what
yeah.
about you, Tyler? A movie?
That movie where Garfield goes to Hawaii and the ghost flies the car into the volcano.
Oh, God,
I love
yeah.
that.
So, because it's from what becomes an iconic franchise like Garfield, it's this one weird little spinoff.
I love
So,
that one.
Either you love it or you hate it.
I loved that one.
And it's got a cat person in it. Garfield can talk.
I haven't seen it
Technically
since
cat
I was
person.
7, but man, I had that one on tape.
I did too.
Yeah, watch that one a
my
lot.
aunt taped that for me.
Oh man. So guys, how is this game like Corey Feldman? How is Wing Commander for the SNES like Corey Feldman?
He was in the new Cats one, right?
He was.
Was he?
He was. What?
He would have been. He would have been a good. He would have been a great Rum Tum Tugger
Nate-
in the asshole cut where you could see the cat asshole.
Dave,
No,
name the only
Mr.
character you know.
Mephistopheles. It's got to be Mr. Mephistopheles.
Man, I remember when-
Mephistopheles.
I remember when Peter Parker made a deal with Mr. Mephistopheles.
My mother and father they went the first time they ever went to New York. There was it was just this huge deal. Of course, they left me
Yeah.
at home, and they I'm a Gen Xer. They just left me at home all the time.
Sure.
Take care of the dog. We're
Yeah.
going to New York. They went to see a couple of Broadway plays. One of them was Cats, and I swear to God, after they came back, my mother bought the fucking double CD soundtrack from that and listened to it until I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I could recite that play to you probably right now just because I had to hear
Fuck
it
it.
so much.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Let's not.
The Patreon special where Ian recounts all of Cats
After
from memory.
that,
Yeah,
after
Ian, we're
that-
desperate for Patreon content. If you could set aside 4 hours, is that how long Cats is? I don't know.
It's pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close.
If you could please set aside 4 hours of your time,
You can have all the ums and pauses and periods you need.
Sweet,
Just get
sweet.
through it.
just we need something. Jesus, please.
Well, second only to that came Phantom of the Opera. Well, Cats became second to Phantom of the Opera. That was the big
The
one.
sequel to Cats.
I did get to go see that one, which was really good in person.
Yeah, all the kids are obsessed with that.
I've never
yeah.
seen it.
It's fucking great.
I've seen Gremlins 2 where he's dressed like him, bro, playing the organ. So that's probably just as good.
The Broadway stage production of Phantom of the Opera is unbelievably impressive.
Yeah.
And it's very immersive. So yeah, I really liked it. And then after that came Les Miserables, which also I had to hear until I thought I was going to die.
I've never seen that one either.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm like,
The music
Very-
in Les Miserables and Phantom of the Opera are both like
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal.
I've
So,
seen the poster for Les Mis. It's
yeah.
great.
I had a T-shirt
It's iconic.
because I got to go see it in person at a road show version
Yeah.
in Evansville. I had a T-shirt, Les Miserables T-shirt with the one with Cosette and her hair is like the French
Yeah.
flag. You know,
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's
like that's the
literally
one.
iconic,
Mhm.
for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
I wore that shirt until I was like 18, and the thing was falling apart. I loved that. So
It's a good shirt.
anyway, sorry, I digress. Where were we? What got us on this?
How is this
like Corey
game
Feldman.
like
Shit.
Corey Feldman?
I don't know. I don't have one for that.
This is a tough one for me, but I got one. On May 31st, 2020 at 9:47 p.m., Corey Feldman tweeted in all caps, "Holy crap, a live UFO. Happening now. Check at symbol, yeast out live, colon, and then a Facebook link."
Okay.
That's as good as I
It
can
was
do.
probably,
That's how this game is
probably
like.
a Wing Commander space battle going on up there.
Reading the comments, that tweet was fun. Several people were like, "Right now," and then one person was like, "This video is from 2 years ago."
About Donatello when he builds the portal to Dimension X.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Man, I would have loved some Dimension X action in one of those live action Turtles movies. Did that happen in 3? I didn't see 3.
That would have been better.
Yeah, I knew it was time travel, right?
I mean,
They go to feudal
they
Japan.
went through, they could have easily made a Dimension X instead of feudal Japan.
Guys, I have to leave right now. I need to go watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 for the first time. I'm 40. I feel like I'm ready to handle it.
There you go.
I feel like I've suffered enough depression that I can finally handle what it's going to do to me.
Right. Finally, I can reward myself.
I could also read a random paragraph out of Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Please, I implore you. I wonder how they handle the Phantom of the Opera, Gremlin, and Gremlins 2, the novelization.
Ian, tell me when to stop.
Yeah. This will be good.
She clopped the lid onto the mammoth soup pot.
Okay, they didn't know what clopping was back then. To be fair, did you know the term comes from the Gremlins 2 novelization?
Ooh, now if we step over here, suddenly the lights flashed on and off.
The horse is here.
Marge looked around more annoyed on her face than surprise. Huh? Is this a brownout or something? From somewhere came a tap, tap, tapping.
Da-da-da.
Microwave Marge gazed around her. Wherever was that noise coming from? When she realized that it was coming from the pot. Now that was when Microwave Marge became truly surprised. Capitals on both ends. So that's the character's name. Microwave Marge.
Yeah, she's the cooking host. Yeah, that's when the Gremlins ambush her cooking show. Great movie. It really is. It's a great movie. Please believe me. If you've never seen Gremlins 2, it's really good.
What are 3 good things about this game?
Well, I have to sort of bridge the gap between one of my good things and one of my bad things.
All right.
Okay. One of the good things about this game, I thought, was its albeit misguided attempt at being like the original. They wanted to bring the hardware wasn't there for this game. It just wasn't. And the graphics were lacking, but they gave it a good college try. I know Chris Roberts has always been massive. He's the creator of Wing Commander.
I know from the movie.
He also directed
that
the
I watched.
movie.
I know, yeah.
I know he wanted to get that franchise out there, and they spent a lot of time and money doing it. But also for the bad thing that correlates with this is its misguided attempt at being like the original. If they're the same, for the same reasons they're good and bad to me. I like the fact that they gave it a shot because I think Wing Commander is a worthy franchise to be in as many people's consoles and systems as possible. But I also think it was a bad move to try and put it on the Super NES because it just didn't work for me.
It's like Space Ace and Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon's Quest.
Yeah.
They tried to be true to the
Dragon's
original.
Lair.
Dragon's Lair,
Dragon's
thank
Quest.
you.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Good Lord.
I didn't know any better.
Jesus.
I said yes. Yes,
But that's because you're a good friend and a great improv artist. Pause.
I've got a gun.
Period. I just think that they tried really hard. They got close.
Dude. Yeah, I think they believed in this.
They
and
did.
this is why I say that. This game was developed by Origin.
Yeah.
For the Super Nintendo. It was published by Mindscape, but it was like, I was like, wow, Origin developed this game for the Super Nintendo.
And they gave them the specs and said, here's what you can work with. And they said, okay, and they squeezed as much as they could into that. I get it. But it failed. It flopped for me. And I don't know how much of that, and this will be valuable information from you, Dave. I don't know how much of that
Never rely on me
translated
for
for me because I was so into the original, and the original could do no wrong. And then to play this was almost insulting.
Okay.
In a way to
I
the
get
franchise that I really had a of respect for.
The old Mario is missing
stuff like that.
scenario.
Yeah. And I don't think this. I know it's all about the money and stuff. I see that why they did what they did. I just feel like the end result, you're better off playing it on a PC.
Sure.
If you don't have a PC, you're better off not playing it, in my opinion. So that's one of the good things I had, good and one of my bad. Got two other good things. The practice, you could practice.
Yeah.
When you start the game, you start off, you go into the pilot's lounge, and there's like a console, looks like a sit down video game console from an old arcade, cabinet. And you could sit down and practice and get a feel for the controls of the ship and how it all works. So I thought that was nice that they threw that in there,
Yeah.
rather than having you immediately going in and flying missions, even simple ones, because it's just that primer. You had the option to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in the DOS version? Do you recall, or is that something
Oh,
they
man,
added
I
for-
do not remember. It has been
I know.
so long.
Before I asked that, I was like, "This is going to be a tough question." I
It
don't mean to
is
put you on the
tough.
spot.
No.
but-
I understand. And I was trying, honestly, to remember, was this a thing?
yeah,
I don't think that it was, but I think they did it for the Super NES.
makes sense.
Because
this isn't
this
a
is
common.
we can't
yeah.
do this. We don't want to just throw you in. So sit down and practice.
Right.
Which I liked that. I liked that they put that in there.
Yeah.
And then my last thing really was kind of hard to squeeze out. I thought the marketing campaign, the marketing stuff you showed us in the Discord channel that they
Yeah.
put out, they really marketed the shit out of these games, whether it be for PC or Super NES or whatever. They really tried to get it out there, and the marketing that they had was really cool.
Yeah.
And I could see how that would work on somebody. There was a Nestor comic on there.
Yeah, from
I was
Nintendo
very-
Power.
I was very
Nintendo Power,
surprised,
which
yeah.
is super impressive for
Yeah.
it to make that cut.
Yeah. No, it really is. Like
so-
money probably wasn't involved at all.
No, nobody was paid off. But
It's not Game Informer. So
I did like it. I thought the marketing campaign was neat, and it was the kind of thing that I absolutely would have fallen for had I been a little younger
Yeah.
and had a lot more money. So anyway, those are my three good things.
I thought that the RPG elements in this game were fucking awesome. I loved it. I loved being able to go to the pilot's lounge, and when I saw new people sitting at the table,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk to those people and be like, "Who are you?" And like,
Right, because they're going to drop
what's your
hints.
accent?
right, yeah, and it's like, I get it. That's like contrived, but at the same point, it's like at the same time, the point they're trying to make is that it's like it's just Earth now. We're the Terrans, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So it's like I get what it is like a real tropey way to do it, but yeah,
Well, you
there's
see
like,
the high scoreboard. You can always check to see who has the most kills. So
Right.
You want to meet those other pilots. 'cause
Right.
All their call signs. are
right,
there.
exactly, and so I thought it was really cool when I'm like talking to somebody, and I do make that connection because in the pilot's lounge, like you said, there's a scoreboard where you can see how many Kilrathi they've killed, and you're on that list too,
Mhm.
and it's like. So there's like this little competition going on.
Well, and also I thought it was neat that the pilots would give you little hints.
yeah, like Kilrathi
this-
ships
this
always
pa-
turn left.
This particular ship
Yeah.
can't bank for shit or something. Yeah, exactly.
And I got to be super annoying and point that out to Nikki when we were watching the movie. I was like, I see the Kilrathi ships are turning left in this movie. So I thought that was really cool, and I thought it was like even like the RPG elements go beyond that. Like I mean, like
There are paths to take and different things that can happen based on certain
That's one.
actions.
That's one of mine.
and I think that's really cool. And
Yeah,
I think
that
that
is
like
a good element. You're
before
right.
each mission, and I know this isn't limited to the Super Nintendo version, but it's also not exclusive to the SNES version, but it's still part of this game. Like even like in the briefings, there are RPG elements there where it's like you meet like Spirit is your first wingman,
Mhm.
and it's like she kind of introduces
person.
herself. Well, she refers to herself as a wingman, so
It was the early '90s. They hadn't figured that
so
out.
I'm going with that. But yeah, like she's introducing herself and asking questions, and I think that's a really cool way of doing it, as opposed to like just. And I feel like in a lot of video games, especially this era, you'd just be reading text,
Mhm.
or they wouldn't even bother to give a personality to your wing person.
Much
Right,
less
right.
funerals.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
love that, and it's like because like when your wing person, I'm going to use that now because I'm all anxious about it. When your wing person dies, you're right. There's a cut scene where they have a funeral for that person. And like that brings so much of a human element to this game. Like I don't feel like you see that a lot in video games at all from this era.
Well, and again, this was all taken from the original, and that's
right.
one of the million reasons I love the original, because you get so engaged and you care about the struggle between Earth and the Kilrathi and how
it's awesome.
They
man.
tried to broker peace, and the Kilrathi wasn't having any of that.
It's awesome.
And it's just really well put together and well written. And those elements are absolutely present in the SNES game, and that to me is some of the best shit about the game.
Yeah.
But the space combat lacking. I like space combat. I like that part. But I also can appreciate what you're saying, is that those RPG elements and those different things really do add to the value of it.
I loved it. And like being my first experience with the game, I was really impressed with that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, really, it was like, wow, even games from later in that decade didn't do this stuff.
Sure.
Like I didn't get this from X-Wing or TIE. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
you're right. It was mission.
Right.
There was no...
It was all action.
There was no connection to anything.
Sure.
It was just, you've got a mission, go do the mission. You did the mission, here's another
next mission.
Yeah.
And I mean...
It was cold.
Yeah, it was. It was cold.
Yeah.
But I loved the human element in this game. I thought that was awesome. And then like, I thought, honestly... for it being a Super Nintendo game, I thought the presentation was good. I know it looks kind of weird when they're talking. It looked like Aeon Flux on MS Paint. Like it has a little bit of that vibe to it.
But even that scene where boots hit the ground and they run into the
That's
ship.
in my notes when they're scrambling to get in the ship,
really
and it's like, wow, this is on a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of Nosferatu in that way.
Yes.
Where it's like, wow, that's like a good cutscene. Like they put a lot of, you can tell they fucking cared about this. And
Absolutely.
It's like, and they wanted it to work. So it's a little heartbreaking. And then the third thing, having not played the DOS version, I thought they did a good job with the controls. I think they did a good job. Like, I feel like they really thought about what is the best way we can map these controls to let someone do everything they need to do on a controller.
Right.
Because it's like you get in the cockpit and it's like you have a left display and a right display, and you essentially, while you're in space combat, access those displays with the L shoulder button and the R shoulder button. And then it's like, then you kind of like, it takes a little getting used to, but once you've got used to it, where it's like you just hold select and X to like scroll through those different menus on the screen. I thought it was a really inventive, creative way of making this playable on a controller. I assume on DOS it was all like key mapped, right?
There was key maps. You had your joystick, which you could map functions to the different buttons depending on that, and then you had your heads up display was controlled mostly by the keys on the keyboard. So
I was really worried that it was gonna be difficult. Like,
I don't disagree with you on the fact that the controls were thought out well.
Yeah,
it was ultimately the execution that got me.
Yeah.
But
Tyler, what do you think?
Yeah. What are your three?
I'm with you on like the RPG elements. I think the branching paths. You can fail missions and still be fine.
Yeah,
sometimes you're going to lose a mission, and that's fine.
I saw that in SNES Drunk's video, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't play enough to encounter it.
I didn't either.
Neither did
really.
I. I'm just speculating at this point.
But no, I think it's that's great.
And as you lose more, you don't just lose the game. You just start doing more defensive missions because hey, you're not a great pilot, and you get the bad ending as opposed to the other. I like that instead of just looking at the same screen as you get promotions and get a new ship, your display
changes.
Right.
With a different type of ship.
Yep.
I liked that too.
So you're not just have the exact same thing the entire game. Like it needs to be mixed up. And that's all I have. Because I just echo what you guys just said that were good about it.
So if we move to the bad things, besides the one I already said, which I think maybe this one should have been left out of this console because I don't think it was right. The controls lend themselves.
Can I add one more good thing?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I had it in my notes. Did you guys see the Easter egg that's hidden in this game.
Mm-mm.
I don't guess so.
It's a really weird cutscene. I found it on YouTube. I don't know. He put in a code, so I don't know how you access it. But when you go into your branch meeting or your briefing or whatever, he instead talks about how instead of being a space force, he addresses them like they're a sales force.
Oh,
And he says, well, actually, we're down on most of our sales. We have a new team, and then it's the cutscene of the 3 people standing up. All right, you can have a seat now. And then it's all the other pilots giving side eye to each other, like they're all waiting for something. He's like, so we've done well with our sales of Meatloaf and Mac, but the only thing that really saved us were our SNES sales of Lincoln.
That's awesome. I had not
So
seen
that's
that.
No, I
interesting
hadn't
that
seen
was in there.
Yeah, that
That's
is
funny.
interesting. What's Meatloaf and Mac? Is that a game, or is that literal like Meatloaf and Mac?
I think it's
and cheese?
literal
Needs to
Meatloaf and
be.
Mac and
Okay, okay.
Cheese.
Needs to be. I thought that even though the controls were mapped out well,
Yeah,
that they didn't. I still don't think they functioned. I thought it was a little bit hard. It was hard for me to get
it is.
accustomed to. It was
yeah.
a little. It wasn't intuitive.
I agree.
It was creative, but not intuitive.
I agree, but I agree with that because sometimes I struggled to get through it, but it is one of those things where it's like, what are you gonna do? You
Right.
know,
You
like
have-
I
right.
feel like they developed the best solution they possibly
Oh,
could to
absolutely. It just didn't work.
that. Yeah,
Practically speaking,
Yeah,
unless you just keep playing and playing and playing, eventually I'm sure you get used to it. But I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
I got not that far. And the other thing was, in reference to kind of what Tyler you were saying about how the cockpit changes and everything else. Despite the ship that you're in, your field of view out the front is like nothing. It's so
Yeah.
narrow.
It's so
you don't
bad.
get to see.
You get
can't see
25% of the
shit.
screen. The other 3/4 are paneling.
And one
Yeah.
of the things that I always I've never liked about a flight space combat type of game done wrong is when you're solely dependent on the radar. I want to be able
Yeah.
to look out and see a ship or be able to see it, but they move so fast and the graphics are obviously what they are and they kind of clunky and the frame
rate
rate's
is
not great.
real bad.
So I'm basically just staring at the radar. I don't
Yes.
care where I'm flying,
No.
but then I get hit by an asteroid because I'm looking at the radar
Right.
and it takes damage to the
Yep.
shields. The field of view
Or
just
you
needed
die outright, like I did.
or you just fucking die, right? And I the field of view was a problem for me because I didn't get that feeling when I was playing on PC.
I was gonna ask, is it?
It's similar,
okay.
but for some reason it felt less
Maybe the resolution
intrusive.
could possibly
It's
be.
very likely the resolution and not necessarily the narrow field of view, but
Sure.
the fact that there was such low res
right.
going on in that.
Probably.
And it was impossible to distinguish a ship coming at you from like quasar
Oh yeah.
off in the distance
oh yeah.
or a
No, it's impossible to say. Tell what anything is.
And so the radar was just I just looking at where's the red dot, fly to the red dot in middle, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was my experience with it too, which is disappointing because I liked everything else about it. Honestly, it's just the bread and butter is not good. It's spoiled.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's bread and butter pickles is what it is. That's
Oh,
gross.
yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
That was my bad.
Now, that's the only bad I have, honestly,
Mm.
is that the actual gameplay is not fun.
Right.
It's not, and
Yeah.
because it's very difficult to tell what anything is. The dog fighting is rough because the frame rate is so bad. I mean, it is like if you're flying at one another, fucking forget about it.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna destroy you because it's like they are on you and then you can't hit them because it's like, oh, I saw one frame of them flying up.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess I better chase them. And it's rough. It is rough. And it honestly, I mean this, it honestly breaks my heart because I can tell that they really, really wanted this to work.
I know it.
They took it upon themselves to develop it themselves. They didn't farm it out to somebody else to do. And man, they should have just bailed on it.
Because my 3 things were just obtuse, confusing, hard, the display. So, but let me condense all that into my 4 runs at this game.
Okay.
I only had 4, and I put it down, and I watched videos.
Okay.
My first run, I go through, I talk to all the people, I do all the things. Okay, cool. Briefing, do this. Okay, go. Launch out the ship. I just go. And nothing happens.
Yeah.
And I sort of speed up. Nothing happens. I go left. I go right. Nothing happens.
Yes.
Up and down. Nothing happens.
Yes.
I might see my co-pilot fly by every now and then. I shoot her once. She goes, hey, don't do that, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I know it's you. Until I run out of fuel. And that was it. First run, I was like, what the fuck? This sucks.
Yes.
All right, reset. Go in. I'm playing again. This time I see like the distance to nav 1, whatever. So then I can kind of maneuver until I see the numbers start going down. Oh, I'm doing something. Okay, now maybe I can actually do something and not just get lost in space and die. All right, the numbers going down. I'm watching it. I'm watching the radar. Boom, run into an asteroid, dead. Okay, now we'll try this the 3rd time. Okay, go in, do the same thing on the radar, looking up. I'm running into ships. Okay, cool. Let's shoot these ships down, Spirit. I get sick from trying to run and turn and just see, and I can't. I can't see anything. It's awful, and then boom, I'm dead. And then the last and 4th time, get on trajectory. I'm going, don't see ships, don't run into an asteroid. I get to what I imagine the first station is, and I just bump into it. And that's all that happens. I shoot at it. I kind of go around. There are these big things floating around. I go up to them. Nothing happens. Run out of fuel. Game just turn it off.
So I'm sorry you had that experience.
Yeah.
That sounds awful. This is definitely one of those games that requires you to read the instruction manual before you play them.
Yep.
Like that's you have because like I read the instruction manual before I played it.
Snesh Drunk even says, yeah, like, gotta read this.
And like while I was doing it, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I'm reading this because like, holy shit, like I wouldn't know how to do any of this. And it goes back to what you were saying, Ian, about like, while, you know, the controls are not intuitive. Like, and it's like, and that first mission is long and boring.
Mm-hmm.
And
Great way to open a game.
Long and boring. But they do it for a reason. You're supposed to follow along in the instruction manual to learn how to play the game because they detail what you're supposed to do on that first mission in the manual. Should they do it in the game? Yeah, they definitely should.
Yep.
Did they do
Should
that?
Spirit just say shit as you play?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell, Slippy does that.
Yep.
But the Spirit can do that.
Had they thought about that in 1989? No, they had not. So, I mean, I think that's just the reality of it. I think we talk about this a lot, but I think that games, especially from the early 90s, just assume that you were going to read that manual.
Yep.
They just assumed that you were going to do it. In-game tutorials were like, I'm not saying they were non-existent, but like
there wasn't a lot of room for a whole lot of tutorial.
So that does suck. That does suck that you do have to read the boring man because it is not a fun read and it is kind of long for a manual. And so that sucks.
Yep.
That does suck.
Where did this game either lose it or run away with it?
It lost it for me the instant I started playing the simulator in the pilot's lounge. I thought, this is not happening. I'm not going to like this. I was right. It let me down. I wasn't surprised necessarily, given what I know about the SNES versus a PC.
Sure.
When it comes to graphics and frame rates and things. I thought maybe they would have come up with a creative way around it. I don't know what that would be. But to me, it fell flat just almost instantaneously.
Yep. As soon as I discharged, you went out of the bay into space. All right. Game over.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it fell apart for me in the combat.
Yeah.
I mean, the actual playing of the game, that part is not fun. And it's a real shame because I wish it was.
Yeah.
It did make me want to play the DOS version So I mean, there is that.
And I can't tell you how well or not well that has aged.
Sure.
I might play it now and be like, what the fuck?
I doubt.
But I'm not gonna, so I'm gonna stick with my pleasant memories.
Sure. No, I think that's smart.
Yeah.
But even if it's like 50% better,
I guarantee you it's better
right.
than this.
then it's gonna be good. Because I mean, I feel like this was close. I really do. I feel like this was a big swing. And it just didn't connect. But like, if it had, then this could have been. I get it. I get why they did this. I do because
it's a big deal. And you know, they put one out for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I read about that.
I played it a little bit.
You did good. I meant to, but I didn't.
And it was a lot better.
Yeah,
obviously because
sure,
despite the fact this is a Game Boy, the thing could process good graphics.
Yeah.
And they
Sure,
had
it's like 10 years later, right?
Pictures of people in it and things in the space. I didn't do much combat in that one, but it was definitely better on that than this.
Yeah,
and so they kept trying, and it got better. So you know, it just took 10 years to catch up to what originally came out on PC hardware.
And let me ask you a question.
Speaking of hardware,
yeah,
I don't want to forget this. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Not compatible with the mouse or the Super Scope.
Yeah. Yeah, Super Scope would have, honestly, it would have been impossible with either anyway. It would have been nice to be compatible with the mouse because that makes sense. But holy God, I can't imagine. The frame rate's so bad that, like, if you're moving that mouse fast, it's just like, I can't even imagine.
I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to remember. Ian, were there FMV cutscenes in the original Wing Commander, or did that come later in the series?
I think they were in the original. Now I know that one of the iterations of it that came out after that, one of like 3 or 4, whatever, I don't remember. It was on CD, and it had full motion, like actual video clips.
Okay, that's
of
what
people.
Okay, all right.
Now they didn't have that in. There weren't full motion like GIFs or whatever.
Were they animated like they were?
Kind of, sort of. Okay. If I remember right, it was just more of a that, but it looked better.
I was just curious when that kind of came on the scene.
I think that it's been
obviously
so long.
It would have been with CD-ROMs.
Yeah.
If I had been thinking about like the timeline, I would have even asked that question.
But I want to say that maybe it was. It may have had like actual. But I don't think there were actual videos of people playing the. I think it was just done in animation. But I think later versions of the game actually had.
They cut it back because I know they re-released the first one later.
Yeah.
And I could imagine that they probably
they probably beefed it way up. Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe that was the one I played. I can't remember. It's just been too long.
Yeah.
I've got that warm fuzzy about the franchise, but I couldn't tell you any specifics. Unfortunately,
Don't dig into it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm just not gonna.
Yeah, don't dig into it.
I like it right where.
Don't dig that corpse up and look at it.
That's right.
That's fine.
That's right.
It's pretty. It's got a good headstone. You can look at it and be like, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But I think I will tell you this. And I think this is probably as good a time of any is to get into the movie adaptation.
The movie.
I watched it mainly because I didn't feel like I had enough to talk about from the game.
Same.
I sort of dipped out.
And I knew you were going to watch it, so I was like, I want to watch this too.
So we've got Matthew Lillard of Scream fame. We've got Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, man.
You just said Scooby-Doo fame for both of them.
That's true. That's true. I forgot that he was Freddie.
Yeah, halfway through the movie, I was like,
I can't believe
they were both in Scooby-Doo together, weren't they?
I forgot all about that. Holy fuck.
Yes.
So they're kind of an ensemble duo.
They're friends in real life.
Yeah.
It says on the back of the box of the movie
that they're buddies in real life.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, look, I got to tell you, there was a couple of bugaboos about Wing
They
Commander.
spit roasted Sarah Michelle Gellar. They're buddies.
I mean,
there were some things, obviously.
She had some cruel intentions.
Hey. I hadn't seen this movie in a very long time. When did it come out? I didn't check that. Do you remember when that movie came out, or did you check?
It was late. It was 1999.
Okay.
It was late 90s.
I mean, I think I'd only seen it once before, and I went into it thinking, oh God, there were some bugaboos about it. I think that
you watched this movie twice in your life.
In my life.
Oh no, Ian.
Well, of course I watched it when it came out because I was into Wing Commander, but there was some uproar about. I remember this because like the ships in the movie are totally different than the ships in the game.
They have the same names.
They have the same names
because I recognize the scimitar and the rapier and the
rapier. I think the rapier didn't have like that Gatling gun on the front of it.
Okay,
I think
I have no idea.
There were some differences in the ships,
in the design
of the ships in the movie that got people kind of bent out of shape about it. Those that gave a fuck, and then the flight suits. They were these weird little flight suits and these little tiny red hoods that weren't even really helmets and a little monocle.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have that space flight suit feel to them. And so I think that kind of was like, people were like, why the fuck wouldn't you just do the ones from the game?
Considering that the creator of the game is directing the movie.
of the movie.
I don't know.
Our budget, we're about out. Just do monocles then. Just do monocles for
Yeah,
space
Man,
suits.
let me tell you about the budget. Nikki and I had a conversation. We didn't look into how much this movie actually cost.
It was probably a pretty big budget, if I had to guess.
And I think they spent 90% on it, on like the CG.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it is obvious. Like, and
every scene is in a room about as big as this room. Like everything's all crammed together. And I get it. They're on a spaceship and there's not a whole lot of room.
But that ain't by design. You know, like that's a budget constraint because it's like, and it's like they're trying real hard to stretch any space fighting scene, which is like, again, much like the SNES game where this movie falls apart on so many different fronts. But like the space combat, you expect at least that's going to be good, right? Because that's what this fucking game series is all about. I swear, man, if you took like the CG that they did, there's probably a total of 8 minutes of it. And they fucking try to stretch that as far as possible, which means you see a little CG cartoon and then you cut to someone like a shot of like someone jerking the yoke and then like their face and then back to the cartoon for a split second and then back to the ship. And it's like, it is so like, you guys should have just done like George Lucas style 1970s models, and this would have been like so much better because then it's like everything's disjointed. That no point in the movie was like, I understand what's going on in this fight.
I mean, there's okay. So the story in the movie basically is that when humans first started going out into space, and then they figured out how to jump through hyperspace, sort of, so to speak, they would use jump points that were discovered by what was known as the Pilgrims. And the Pilgrims had gone off into space, and they were these sort of over time they became sort of this advanced race of humans that could navigate complex spatial coordinates and, you know, jump over quasars and shit to get through space, and ultimately fell into the belief that they were better than humans. And so there was this whole big row about it where basically humans and the Pilgrims just hated each other now. And Freddie Prinze Jr. happens to be the rare product of the Pilgrim human.
He's the half elf.
He's a halfling.
Because the Pilgrims are definitely high elves.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, because like they even like say like in the movie that like they want to like disappear to their homeland or something. It's like, okay, those are the high elves in this story.
And so the Kilrathi have taken over the Pegasus, one of the main ships, and they stole their navigational computer. So now they know how to get to Earth. And so there's this race against time to try and get at least some of the fleet back to Earth to be able to defend it. Because why would you leave ships in orbit on Earth to defend Earth, right? That doesn't make sense. Send them all. We're fine.
One's good.
One's fine.
One's good.
And they had the one ship there that they were trying to get these messages back. So anyway, it just basically comes down to this fight between the Kilrathi and the humans. It was a short movie.
Not short enough.
It just sort of, they put the wrong focus on the wrong things. I agree with you.
Wrong and fastest.
Thank you.
I can tell you this much. I watched it and I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay. It was fine.
When it
wasn't
ended,
great, but it was okay.
When it ended, the impression I got was this was a great made-for-TV movie.
It would have been. Yeah. And again, we mentioned this. This was Wing Commander when it came out in the theaters. Was the movie that had the trailer for the Phantom Menace in front of it.
That was the big
so
draw.
Wing Commander actually made a lot of money in the box office because people bought tickets, went in, saw the trailer for Phantom Menace, and then left.
It didn't make its money back. I know
it didn't make its money back, but it made more than it would
bombed.
have if it hadn't have had Phantom Menace trailer in front of it.
It was a bomb for sure. But man, I really didn't like Freddie Prinze Jr. In high school.
Me neither.
I had a girlfriend, loved him, so of course I hated him.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I was watching this movie, I felt really vindicated because I was like, he's really bad. He's really bad. There's a scene in the movie that's supposed to be touching where Angel ejects out of her ship, and he's like supposed to be like sad about it.
Yeah, because he can't. Okay, Angel has to eject from her ship, and she's floating in her life pod. She's got an hour of air.
So stupid.
And the fleet is engaged with the Kilrathi, so they can't send anyone.
She's
to
like,
come
you gotta
get her."
go.
And
You gotta go.
He's supposed to leave to take special coordinates back to Earth because he's the only one that can get back in time because of his special pilgrim powers of calculating last minute coordinates and vectors and all this other shit. Now,
dude, that they should have reshot this fucking scene. If you watch one scene from the movie, watch this because
it was
dude,
bad.
he looks so fucking. He's in this stupid costume, which is like it makes him look derpy anyway.
Yeah, they
but
all look derpy.
But dude, like there's supposed to be this like really serious, like emotionally impactful scene, and he looks so stupid. Nikki and I both burst out laughing when he puts his hand on the cockpit glass and looks at it for a second. He's totally fucking cross-eyed for like 2 seconds. And like and at no point was Chris Roberts like, cut, don't do that. That looks very silly right now. She's dying. It was like, holy shit, I cannot believe it made it in this movie.
Yeah, and a lot of the like space jock talk.
Dude, this movie is gross.
Full of it.
This
like
movie
at one point,
is gross.
Matthew Lillard and his love interest, I can't remember her name now. Lovely young lady. I just can't remember her fucking name in the movie. Anyway,
he's Maniac, and she's Maniac's girlfriend.
Maniac's girlfriend, I guess. They're both like adrenaline junkies, right? They're big show offs, and they go off mission. They're ordered to go back to the Tiger Claw, which is their capital ship that they fly out of. They just say, nah, fuck it. We're going to go. Because they got the enemy on the run. There'd been a big battle. The enemy's on the run.
They've got this war of the sexes thing going on, where it's like women are better pilots. No, men are better pilots. I'll show you.
To the extent where, as they're chasing off after some rando Kilrathis, I don't even want to say it. They're yabbering back and forth, and he says, "No, you have to have great big balls to go kill him. Ovaries just aren't going to cut it." And I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I was fine. I could accept it, but this is this is too much.
And it's extra special when it's delivered by Matthew
Lillard.
Thank you. Okay,
because it's hard to take him fucking seriously anyway.
No, absolutely.
Even when his girlfriend, and spoilers because I don't give a shit.
No one does.
She crashes her fucking ship on the runway, and it doesn't make it through the protective force field, so they can't get her. And of course, he's already made it in, and he's screaming, "Oh God, go! I'm gonna go get her." That went on way too long.
It did,
and then they pushed the wreckage of her ship off of the deck,
which is. I saw that and I was like, how is the game creator the director of this movie? In the video game, they have a fucking military funeral. They honor this pilot. And in this movie, they're like, push her off the fucking deck. She never existed, which is literally what they say in this fucking movie.
Yeah, they won't talk about death. They say when a pilot is killed in action, they no longer existed. They never existed, and therefore we can't be sad.
Dude,
it's just stupid.
It felt like they were just trying to make this edgy.
Yeah,
and like because it
fell flat.
As like, look, I'm not an expert on Wing Commander games. Rosie, yeah,
yes,
it was Rosie.
Yes.
I'm not an expert on the games, but like, I got very different vibes from Wing Commander the game and the movie because like in the game, everybody was likable. I did not care about a single fucking character in the movie. Nope. They were all gross. They were all like, a good character should have flaws, but like they didn't have good traits.
No,
I mean,
they really didn't.
I mean, it was just like
nobody in that movie was likable.
No, except for the French dude Taggart, who is Scottish in the game, right?
I think so.
Again,
yeah, he was.
It's like you made this game.
By the French guy, but he was good. But he was good.
He was great.
Like there's a scene where he reveals who he really is, and I was like, "Ooh, that's cool."
Well, but no, I got so frustrated because it's like, okay, so there's this scene where they're like, no, we gotta go. We gotta go get. We have the chance. We have the chance to destroy this Kilrathi beacon. We have to do it. And he's like, "That's not a good idea." And they're like, "Shut up, you."
What do you know? You're just a fucking, what do they call him? A tracker or a scout?
Scout.
Yeah.
And he doesn't say anything. Next scene, they're going to the beacon. And he's like, wait. Put in this call sign. And he gives her a call sign. That's right. I'm a corporal. It's like, why didn't you fucking say that on the bridge, motherfucker?
You could have taken command.
That's some Mario Brothers shit where somebody rewrote the script the next day and changed
God.
I mean, he literally could have taken command
from the beginning
of the fucking whole mission, and he's like, "Yeah, fine, I'll go with this fleet." But when we get almost there, I'm going to make sure I order you to turn around.
Turn around. We came all this way. Guess what? I'm a corporal. Turn around.
And by the time they get back, the fleet has been getting pounded on for fucking an hour. And then it's like, oh, look, it's them. They've come to save the day. Turns out he could have saved the day a long fucking time ago.
It was really just an episode of Undercover Boss.
Yeah. Truth.
Man.
He finally stepped in and revealed his like, no, fuck you guys. We're going.
There's no character development for anybody in the movie.
No.
Like they make a big deal out about like this bigot who's like always like essentially like being condescending to Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character because he's a half elf, and like they just keep hammering that, and it's like, okay, something's gonna happen to that guy later on.
He's gonna shake his hand. He's gonna thank him for his service. Nah, he just
nothing.
They just
nothing bad happens to that guy.
Some people never change, I guess.
I mean, it's like they leave so much of that shit, like character development shit, just like. It just doesn't exist. It just like they don't even think like, should these characters do something other than be gross and shoot hairless cats in space? Nah.
Also, with the hairless cats, I mean, first of all, there was maybe 45 seconds of Kilrathi, like the actual Kilrathi.
Which is 45 seconds too much.
Which is too much because they look like Daleks. They move like Daleks. Like they just didn't have any like. It was awful, and they looked like a cross between a cat and a lizard. Like they were actually green, and they looked like they didn't have any fur. And it's like Bothans are fuzzy; they're cats. I said Bothans on purpose because that's what they look like in the game. They look like fuzzy. Kilrathi look like cats.
They look like Joe Camels. It's a bunch of Joe Camels out there flying in space.
So yeah, it was.
It's bad. It's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie. I didn't like come out of it going, "Oh my god!" But
it's real bad.
It is real bad. But
for a movie that came out in a theater, it's a bad one.
But I felt less bad about it than I thought I would. So maybe I just had the bar set so low. I don't know.
Maybe.
It was
But
bad.
as
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
if this was like a sci-fi made-for-TV movie,
Oh, it'd be fine.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's a different.
This
It's a
came
different.
after Sharknado. Fine.
it's a different scale, you know. When you're like, this is a good enough movie, I'm going to put it in the theater. Then you're like, you got to judge it by a different criteria,
Yeah.
and it does not fucking measure up.
So it goes hand in hand with the SNES version of this
I agree.
game.
Did you guys have any achievements?
I do. Go ahead, Ian.
Please. You first.
All right. My first achievement. You see, it's an ambush. 5 or 6 fighters hide behind rocks the size of your swollen head and pants. A kill wrathy gangbang.
Quote from the movie.
Quote from the movie, from the commanding officer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a cat joke. I like it. In order to unlock, you see, it's an ambush. 5 or 6 fighters hide behind the rocks the size of your swollen head and pants. A kill wrathy gangbang. In order to unlock that, you be killed in a dogfight by, you guessed it, 5 or 6 Kilrathi fighters.
Nice.
Next and last achievement I have is this a dagger which I see before me? In order to unlock, is this a dagger which I see before me? Murder your wingman, eject, and get a medal, which I did in the game. Because you can kill your own wingman, which I did on accident because he flew in front of me. I'm engaged with a Kilrathi ship, and he's like fucking Falco Lombardi. I'm on this shit. And it's like, no, I can shoot around you. The problem is maybe a resolution issue. Because, like, I swear to you, I'm not hitting him, but the game is like, you're definitely hitting him.
Oh, you were leading your shots.
He blows up, and then I get sad about it. I'm like, I want to restart. So I eject. There's a cool cutscene of me floating in space. And then the next scene is the commanding officer of the ship being like, you're going to get a Golden Sun medal for ejecting and surviving. But no, you can only get this medal once. And so then there's a back-to-back, like, a funeral for the guy I just killed, and then me getting a medal.
It's all in the timing. I had a few.
What you got?
Curiosity did not kill the cat.
Hey, I like that.
That's when you die on your first mission.
Okay.
I'm sorry, John. And to get I'm sorry, John, allow your wingman to be killed by the Kilrathi.
Okay.
And then the cat's in the cradle. And to get the cat's in the cradle, accidentally shoot down your wingman.
Okay.
All of these things happen for me.
All right, I've got 5. The first one, again, like we all did, white privilege, kill your wingman, eject, get a medal. Danger Will Robinson, get lost in space, run out of fuel. And that's just it.
Okay.
Cylons, kill all of the co-pilots.
Kill your whole wing.
And Ween Commander. Watch a porn parody of this. It
Oh, I thought
probably
you were saying
exists.
listen to Ween while playing Ween Commander. All right.
Oh, I double named. You don't even get their quickening. Kill all your wingmates. So,
Nice.
Red Wing Commander, have sex when you're on your period playing this game.
Also a Kilrathi gangbang.
Man, we bust out laughing with that's literally, they say Kilrathi gangbang. Nikki and I were both like, do they know what that means even?
well, that's still a thing in the 27th century.
That's another thing that's great about movies like this, where it's like, this is set 600 years in the future. Man, those are some fucking sweet CRTs you got.
Yeah.
Well, it's like an alien.
Alien.
They're still
I was
topping into.
literally going to say that.
Yeah.
Because in Prometheus, they've got fucking holograms. And
Right.
shit. But in Alien, we went back to the CRTs.
No, we like this.
We like that nostalgic shit.
Look, I get it. Got a couple of them myself.
Yeah.
Just weird to outfit your whole military with them. That's all.
They're so heavy.
Would this be a rent or a buy for you gentlemen?
Rent.
Yeah.
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 I would be afraid that I would have fallen for the marketing and bought it and been
Yep.
really upset.
Yeah.
But if I knew ahead of time, maybe a rental.
I could see at the time, if I were desperate for the game and did not have a PC, I could have made this work.
Where does it belong on TADPOG's top or full 750 list?
Somewhere in the middle for me.
Low middle.
Low middle, I'm with you.
I'd even go low middle. It's just such a shame to do it because I can really honestly, it's one of those where it's like, it really feels like they were trying. But
They were. They
didn't-
tried
They didn't make a
real
good game
hard.
though.
No.
And all the things I like about it are from the original. You
Right,
know,
yeah.
I'm finding out. So, what do you think Flopsy has to say about this game?
You know, given what we read about some of the reviews that were given by like GameSpot and stuff back in the day,
Positive.
it was very highly rated.
Positive,
for
yes.
this version
Yes.
of this game. I'm going to say they probably went pretty high.
Okay.
I'm going to say
It's a different time.
4 stars and uncommon.
4 stars uncommon. Okay. This is going to help on the next question. What do you think, Tyler?
I think a lot of the review videos I watched, people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
Same.
So 3.5. I think they'll give it 3.5 stars, and uncommon.
Okay. So we're the outliers
Yep.
in saying that this is not worth your time.
not fun.
for very different reasons.
Yeah. Well, according to Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Master Mold Mike, this game, Wing Commander, is a common game, which surprises me. And they gave it 4 stars.
What about secret missions?
Right. This episode is also about secret missions.
Which
More of the same.
we touched
Right.
on it. It's just more missions, same interface. It's
Yeah.
just almost like an expansion pack type of thing.
We're knocking out 2 games with 1 episode, but we're barely talking about secret missions
Because it's
and
the
you guys are
same.
fine with it.
Yep.
Secret missions, they gave that is uncommon. They gave 3.5 stars.
Probably because it was more of the same.
Yep.
And I played I didn't really play much of that at all because I had a bad experience with its predecessor.
Sure.
So I was like, fuck it.
So, with that knowledge, how much do you guys think this game goes for? If you were to buy Wing Commander for the SNES loose, how much do you think you pay for it?
$15.
$15. Ian, what do you think?
I'll go 30.
$30. Actual retail value of a Wing Commander for the Super Nintendo loose on average, according to pricecharting.com, is $9.70. Is it worth it?
I think for you it would be.
It's worth it
Yeah.
for me. This
as
is
a collector.
I wouldn't go out and look for it, but if I did see this at the shop or at a convention or something for $10, yeah, I'd pick it up.
All right.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
had a lot of fun talking about Wing Commander.
Yeah, man.
If you were to give this game a beard
Mhm.
that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would give it the beard of Robin Williams in Jumanji when he wakes up and does the meme, "What year is it?"
Okay.
Because the frame rate and the just going in black space and nothing happening, like
Sure.
you just fall asleep, wake up, "What year is it?"
All right. That makes sense. At first, I thought you were going to say the beard of Robin Williams that he wears on his arms.
And his chest.
Tyler, if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it, I believe Vault Boy has a pair of glasses when he's looking at a nuclear explosion.
Okay.
So Vault Boy's explosion glasses, like when I ran into asteroids and exploded and died.
Okay.
That's Wing Commander.
That's it. You guys want to find out what we're playing next episode?
Yeah.
Or not? Well, the next episode
Whenever we do
a
another
game.
game episode.
Right.
Yep, sure thing. Let me grab
All right.
this batter up peripheral.
Okay. Oh, man. Dusty.
Man, dusty.
Holy
All right.
shit.
Plug that in.
All right.
Go Wild and Crazy Kid style.
Please.
Woman on the home run direction. Say the prayer we all love to say.
Uh-huh.
No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Stop.
620. Haven't done it.
Is it a W?
It's a T.
T.
T for 2. 2 for T.
Me for you.
Mm-hmm.
You for me.
Mm-hmm. A Kilrathi gangbang.
Is it the something?
It is not. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
The first word is the title of the publisher. And perhaps the developer. as well.
Titus's.
I'll give you another hint. Secret of the Stars.
Oh, Tecmo's.
Oh, yes.
Tecmo's. Is it the Tecmo Bolt Super Nintendo version of Tecmo Bolt?
It is. It is.
Super Tecmo Bolt.
It is Tecmo
Super Bowl.
But wait, it gets better. Tecmo Super Bowl 2 Special Edition. We can knock out a bunch of Tecmo Super Bowl games in that episode because I think there's at least one other one. There's at least Tecmo Super Bowl 1, and my guess is there's probably a 2 that's not a special edition.
And then a special edition.
And there might be a third. Who knows?
Yep.
So let's knock them all out.
Hopefully you get
Sounds
4 for the price of 1
Yep.
on this one.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that maybe the 28th of April. I think that's when Nicole can't make it. So that might be when
That's
we do
probably
that.
when we do
Okay.
that. Well, and I'm not terribly upset about this because Tecmo makes pretty good. I liked the original Tecmo.
I like the original Tecmo Bowl.
So,
Yeah,
this might be okay.
we'll see. We'll find out.
Yep.
We're going to take a break before we go to the community corner.
Yep.
Yes, let's.
All right. We're back.
Kilrathi form.
Yeah, we're done with our Kilrathi gangbang, and we've all toweled off, and we're ready to finish this episode up.
But we've all been bad. So we need to all go sit in the community corner.
Get in our little bean bag. I'm in a bean bag. I don't know about you
Yeah.
guys, but
I'm in a sex swing, a Kilrathi sex swing.
is it bamboo at least?
It's whatever the cat found outside and left on the doorstep as a present.
Strung together with
Mouse bones.
dead bodies of mice and birds. Yeah.
Hey, I meant to ask you this when we were in our video game section, but were pilgrims in the video games at all?
I don't think
They
so.
felt like a contrived thing.
I didn't remember that in the game.
All right.
I feel like that would have been pretty important, but
Just curious.
time may have eroded that memory. I don't know.
Oh, and Mark Hamill was in the movie. Did you know that?
When?
He has a cameo as Merlin, the computer.
Oh God, he was the voice of Merlin.
He was the voice of Merlin.
Oh, I did not. I'm usually pretty good at picking out his voice.
Oh, dude, it's so like modulated. It's fucking crazy. You like, dude, when I saw a video after the fact saying, I was like, that's Luke. That was fucking Luke Skywalker. Because like in the credits, they're like Merlin ? And it's like, oh man, who is that? So of course you got to look it up.
So it was Riddler.
Yeah. It was Edward Enigma. We got a box here.
Yeah, we do.
A box that, okay, so normally when I bring packages for the show, I do them in chronological order in which they've been received. This box, I waited until we had no other packages. And that is not necessarily because it's from Mr. Puzzles, a.k.a. Backlog Banisher Dane, but it is because he told me there's something in this box that a coworker of his ate and threw up. So I'm like, okay, not going to eat that on the show, and also going to open that box last.
Okay.
Opening the box.
It is perishable, so now it's really bad.
Yeah, who knows? Okay, I have one that's, oh, maybe I should have opened this prior. I have one that says read on air and one that says read off air, please. So I'll give the read off air to somebody else so I don't accidentally read it on the air. I hope that's not something that I'm supposed to read first. He may have told me that, but that would have been like a year ago. This read on air letter says Tyrone, Dave, and Ian. So I've been sitting on much of this package for 6 months. Uh-oh.
It's going to smell good too.
Because I, much like Tyrone, don't go to post offices.
I
Hopefully.
still need to sing Chris that fucking thing.
Do it.
I
Then
need
do
to.
it. Do the thing.
I hate to give it to you, Ian, to go do it because you said you would.
I will.
Do the thing.
And send Christian Bard his pig mask
Yes.
from the Piggy Palace.
Yes. Make it so. The famous Wing Commander line. Dave,
Make it so, Mr. Spock.
Make it so, Han Solo.
That's a pretty good like Ted Lasso top resort. Make it so, Han Solo.
Let's see. Dane continues. Hopefully this time I have followed through because I just added more shit to this pile and it does have a shelf life. All right, it's just that. I promise there's no Mr. Puzzles bullshit this time around. Just a series of gifts from a friend. Reading that aloud probably sounds more ominous than intended. Let me try again.
No, really, it's from a friend.
Let me try again. It's snacks and shit.
Okay.
The gift portion of the box is a random assortment of relics from my misspent youth. Read trash. And presents I've made for you. Again, no Mr. Puzzle shit. Though one of the gifts did originate from a dumpster in honor of the holy dumpster diver.
One is poisoned.
Yes. There may also be, by the time you reach this point in the letter, the poison has already seeped into your pores. Ah, shit. There may also be a second letter intended to be read off air if I was brave enough to print it out. Oh, Lord. It's a personal thank you for doing what
I
you
skimmed
do.
it because I was like, I will read this. And I skimmed like, no, we won't read it.
Okay. It's a personal thank you for doing what you do. And in no way will reading it fail the puzzle and incur consequences. All right. Here we go. Snacks. And then we have a list of the things that are in here. So maybe we should get into the package first and then check the inventory list and see what it actually is. All right, here we go. Does this mean anything to you? Could you pass this? Or maybe it means something to you, Ian. Hellfiend?
Hellview.
Hellview.
CKY.
Can't kill yourself.
It's a
Oh,
record.
probably I'm not allowed to say that.
Is that the butternut? No. Butternut. No.
Tyler, that is for you. First item for Tyrone.
Because I do like that.
I gift the double-sided 45 of CKY's 96 Quite Bitter Beings and Escape from Hellview.
That's very cool.
I purchased in college. This has lived its life as a display piece, as I have never owned a fully functional record player. May it bring you as much joy collecting dust on a shelf as it has for me these last 12 years.
I
or
bought
so.
Mother 2 and Cowboy Bebop soundtracks without having a record player, so I get that.
I own vinyl albums as well. They were my dad's, but I don't own a record player. I don't know. This is probably just packing, but it's a cool acrylic
The COVID
rectangle.
protector with holes in it?
Now with holes.
Now with more breathable air holes.
I have some Albanese World's Best fat-free, gluten-free, low-sodium 12 flavor gummy bears.
Those seem terrible. I don't know.
Well, I
mean,
read
I
all-
guess most gummy bears.
They're
are
probably for
fat-free,
us to try. We
gluten-free,
could try
but
those.
I read all
World's best.
the bad things on it. Yeah, they're the world's best.
Round here, we refer to it as WB. It stands for what we believe. We believe you deserve the world's best gummies using the world's best ingredients made by the world's best people.
By
it's
gum.
just that simple. Open a bag and share in our passion.
I want gluten maximized gummy bears. I want it to be like a baguette gummy.
Let's see. Dane says, Albanese gummy bears, if you have never had this brand of gummy bears, I want you to know they are the best.
All right, I'll take the fucking
Eat-
Pepsi challenge. for
Eat
that.
them one at a time, he says.
You're not my supervisor.
I
One at
know
a
you're
time.
grown-ass men, and grown-ass men eat gummy bears by the fistful, but trust me, one at a time. You'll understand soon. I don't know if that's what made his coworker throw up. I don't know. Something made his coworker throw up. What do they smell like?
They smell really good.
Okay.
Very fruit flavored.
Do they smell Albanese or no?
Are they all yellow? Oh no, there's some. Okay. Well,
Jerry, they smell Albanese.
all right, I'm going to start with here.
Yeah, I want
I
one
can
of
smell them
these.
over here.
They're very.
I love me some
It's
gummy
a
bears.
fruitful
Pungent.
aroma. Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a hopefully an assortment here.
I want to eat
A
a fistful.
pungency of fructose.
I have a fistful. I want to eat a fistful.
I know that's how you're supposed to eat.
Yeah.
So your teeth bounce.
Yeah. You know what's up.
I do.
Yeah.
All right,
It's like there's a bouncy castle in my
starting
mouth.
with that color, the clear or yellow. Is it
Yeah,
yellow?
I didn't
can't
get a
tell.
good mixture. I got like 4 of the yellow white ones.
All right. Tyler's over here separating.
That's
them out.
smart. That's
a
good.
good idea.
That's good.
All right.
What color are we doing first?
Yellow.
Okay.
I guess yellow. Okay.
Yellowish clear.
Uh-huh.
Ready to go. It's a good
That
gummy.
is a good gummy bear.
That is a good gummy bear.
You know what they call gummy bears in Albanese?
Royale with gluten.
Tastes like the remnants of boiled bones.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, red.
Jolto. Okay, I'll do it right one.
Not as good as the other one.
Mm-mm. I can't taste that hardly at all.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't have a lot. Well,
On the back end a little
finish
bit.
is a
Yeah,
little.
I like that.
So let's still go dark green. Got dark green.
I have a light green.
I got light
Do we have
green.
an extra dark green? Here, pass me that. Or yeah, there you go.
Here,
Thank you.
Shake them out.
There's a dark green.
Gummy
green.
bears
Bouncing here and there. And there.
everywhere.
All right, ready?
Yeah, dark green.
Dark green time.
All right.
Green.
These taste like pine trees.
You took it right out of my mouth. I was going to say that.
Okay.
I think we did the best one first.
I agree. Still good.
Yes.
Okay.
Rare that the yellow clear one is the best one.
I don't know what flavor any of these are besides
Me
like,
neither.
good.
Yeah.
Just fruit.
Gummy.
They're
They're
gummy.
bear flavored.
Light green.
Light green. All right, let's do it.
Mint.
I would be so upset if it was a mint gummy bear.
Now I like this one quite a bit.
It has notes of yellow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think
Same.
the problem is once you eat one of them, that flavor stays in your mouth.
Yeah.
And then when you eat the next one, it's kind of like,
It's corrupting.
what does this taste like?
Orange.
Oh, I don't have an orange one. I love orange though.
Oh, there's a light and a dark orange.
What?
You may have gotten the rarest one.
Oh, you got the foil gummy bear? Do they have blind box gummy bears that we could open on the show?
God, I hope not.
Okay, there's another orange for.
Got an orange? All right, thank you. Oh, this is a dark orange.
Dark orange.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh, it smells good.
Does.
Yes. Okay.
It's all right.
All right. A little muted.
What else are we missing? What have we not tried?
Purple.
I need
Oh, a purple? How many purples do we have?
3.
Only 3 total.
Oh my gosh. This okay.
Perfect.
It's raisin flavored.
I go with prune too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that's it, isn't it?
A pink one.
Pink?
Ooh.
A translucent pink.
I need a pink then.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Now, generally, I like pink candy.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually like the strawberry.
It's not
Grapefruit. I got
Grapefruit.
grapefruit from this one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good.
The flavors are
Okay. How'd we do?
cherry, strawberry, mango, pineapple, lemon, orange, green apple, watermelon, pink grapefruit. Good job. I would have thought peach, lime, blue raspberry, and grape.
All right.
There's no way we have
it-
one of those.
We don't have
each.
all 12.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have all 12 flavors in this.
Damn. What are the calories like on those bad boys? I got to put it in my fitness
style.
pal.
Them all.
For 9 pieces is 100 calories.
I probably had 9. That was probably 9. Okay. Thank you for the info.
I'm not gonna say they were good.
They were good.
I don't know if they're the best.
I'm sticking with Harborough.
Me too.
Sorry, I have to.
Turbo gummy bears. are
Also, Green Forest, I think it's what they're called.
never had those.
Maybe I got the brand wrong.
But
those are also very good.
These were very good. I just like Haribo better.
All right. This appears to be a lightsaber. My guess is probably for you or me, Ian.
Probably.
Second item. For Dave, I gift the Star Wars Lightsaber Battle TV plug and play game. All right. My friend, Big Dick Brandon, no relation, bought this when we were in high school together. Straight away, he came to my home giddy with excitement for us to play this treasure. It was so much fun that the next day when he went home, he gave the game to me with the simple instruction, I never want to see this piece of shit again. Burn it with fire. Please enjoy. Batteries not included. Okay, thank
Cool.
you. Backlog Banisher Dane also gifted me a game. And I think it was Slay the Spire. Thank you for that, Dane. He said it was in addition to what was in the box. Let's see what we got. A real Ultimate Power book. Oh my God. By Robert Hamburger. They're fucking flipping out, cutting off people's heads and shit. Where is this? Let's see. Third item for you to share as you see fit. When I was in high school, the eternally debated question was posed, pirates or ninjas? Now I know when you went to high school. It was solidly on Team Ninja. A token of this time lies in wait, written by the OG Burger Top, Robert Hamburger. I give you my copy of Real Ultimate Power. May you glean many secrets of the mystical arts of the ninja from this treasured tome. I used to love this site. This was a late night Apex trip for me. Was Real Ultimate Power. This ninja grew up on a farm with horses and cows and chickens. Every day he had to feed them, even though he didn't care about them at all. But early one morning, his parents awoke to find all the animals in a huge pile burning. Quack is the name of the ninja. Sorry, Quack didn't want to feed them anymore. That's when his parents knew that he was special. And that's the end of that section. So we got that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cable in here.
That goes.
That's
with your
probably with the lightsaber
Yeah.
thing. The game, the burn it game. It this appears to be it's like a card game. A fake artist goes to New York. I like the design on this. There is one fake artist hiding among the real artists. It's a drawing game that will light up every party. Let's see what he says about this. Again, for you to share, a new in shrink wrap copy of A Fake Artist Goes to New York. Do not let the MSRP fool you. So that is where is that? How much is this game? $80. Just kidding. I can't find it. Do not let the MSRP fool you into thinking me generous. I found 3 copies of this at the thrift store in Hickory, North Carolina for a pittance. Please, you'll be getting it out of my way. All right. And then we got, another Star Wars. This looks like a training droid.
I wonder if that goes with your game.
No, maybe, but I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. I don't see anything else in here for that. Okay, we got a awakened elder in a can. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Gonna go ahead and stop touching that. I believe that's probably for you, Ian. 6th item, he says, and last but not least, for our great sage and preeminent wizened badass, a wise man once said, if you want to smoke, don't. But if you really want to smoke, seriously, fucking don't.
Good advice.
I didn't listen well as a kid either, but in the immortal words of Shakespeare, if I'm going to do something stupid, I may as well look smart doing it. Here you go, Ian.
Oh, shit.
I have crafted for you, Ian, with my own hands from briarwood, a tobacco pipe. I hope will be to your liking.
Dude.
God damn.
This is fucking great.
Yeah, that looks great.
I was looking at getting another pipe, and now I don't have. This is awesome, dude.
A pipe which speaks of its owner. A pipe that says, I've seen things. I've done shit. I use air quotes incorrectly. I ate pussy until I vomited. Then, God damn it, I asked for seconds.
Dude.
I've also included a 10 of my favorite blend, Awakened Elder. I promise it's a totally different beast from anything that comes in a carton, but don't inhale.
Never.
In the mouth, out the nose, no lung action.
Nope.
Anecdote, that's like same for cigars. I've never smoked a pipe, but cigars I've done.
Cigars work. You're not supposed to inhale.
Anecdotally, switching to a pipe is how I quit smoking. It's a longer experience. You're not going as fast hit as nicotine. And while I won't say it is healthier, I felt noticeably less terrible smoking a pipe. Also, she's a virgin. Break her in slow and keep Schmeeing away from her. He's a dick.
Nice. Thank you.
That's
is
amazing.
Really,
That is
great
really, really
because, yeah, pipe is on my list of things because I am trying to cut back on my smokes, but my pipe was not having it. So I'm into this. Thank you so much. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for this. It's beautiful pipe.
It is. It is very. I know. Yeah, he made it.
He made that.
That
for
looks
me.
great.
I can't believe it. That's very special. I'll treasure it forever. I promise.
We got some more snacks as well.
Snacks.
He says many of these were purchased from an Asian market about 90 minutes from my home. Unfortunately, they had little in the way of foreign chocolate this time around, but I found some things on display which I send for your enjoyment. 0. Sweet basil lays from Thailand. Dave, I noticed you admiring my chips on Discord. So here's a bag to share. Sorry, but apparently Thailand doesn't do party-sized bags. This is like a single serving, like you put it in your child's
They're
lunch.
not a morbidly obese country.
They're famous for something else.
I'm going to
Here we go.
Thailand for a thing.
Don't ask questions. They smell good.
They smell pretty
They
good.
smell good. Yeah, I think this is going to be a
This
good one.
This does sound good.
They're ridged.
Oh, does it smell like a fucking
Dog food.
dog food or a dirty diaper?
Finally.
Finally,
After all
we
this
got one that
time.
didn't.
All right, you ready to munch down on these?
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Mm,
Fuck yeah.
that is a good chip.
That's nice.
Damn, I could eat these.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, man.
They got a little pepper to them. Just a little. Just enough.
Put this to the side for a banh mi. Be fucking great.
Bon you, bon me.
All
All right, Dane.
That's a good chip.
Home
Yeah, it
run.
is.
Very good chip.
Oh boy. All right, here we go. Durian crackers.
Ah!
No.
Fear not. These crackers contain only the bare minimum required by law to be able to label them as durian anything. This is for people who want to claim to have tasted durian, but not vomit when slicing it. So I will try one of these. Who else's game?
Yeah,
I know
fuck
Tyler's
yeah.
game.
I don't feel that I am.
Okay.
But I am going to continue munching on these other chips because damn.
They're individually packaged. If you could pass one of those to Tyler, please. I reserve the right to nope out if I smell it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice gold packaging here.
Doesn't smell at all. I mean, it doesn't smell unpleasant.
Gotcha.
It smells like a cracker. Durian's supposed to taste wonderful. It just smells like a dead
Just smells
body.
bad, right? Okay. You ready to do this?
Mhm.
I do wonder what the shelf life is on these. Because that texture isn't
Stale.
stale, but it's kind of like, it's very, very, very dry.
It could be.
I don't know if it's intended to be
I
like
think
this.
it's just stale.
It tastes like a cracker to me.
Yep. It's just like a stale club cracker.
A thick one.
Thick one, thick boy.
All the fixins.
Oh, the Fiexins. Hell yeah. All right. The durian mochi. This shit, however, is the real deal. Go ahead and pass it over to Tyler.
I think that's probably past its shelf life. I would love to try this.
If you examine the packaging, you'll notice durian is the #1 ingredient, making up 25% of the product. Durian paste wrapped in rice cake. I bought 2 packs of these so I could be your life tester. Tips. You're going to want a Ziploc to store these in after you open the pack. And storing them in the fridge isn't a bad idea. Eat that fucker whole. You don't want to half-ass this snack. Also, I will say from experience that eating these after spicy shit masks the good flavor. Not all of the flavor, just the good part. I know Tyrone has mentioned wanting to try durian. This is the easiest way I can facilitate that. Follow your hearts, boys. And Tyler, I'm sorry if that I don't know if there's a shelf life listed on there. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna do some research on it and then take it to work, and Casey and I will report back.
Okay. Hopefully you can still eat it. I feel bad now that I waited so long.
I did buy a durian fruit at Jungle Gyms last time we were in Cincinnati. Put it in my car, forgot about it, rotted, so I throw it away.
How do you tell if it's bad or not? Just smells
Exactly.
like another dead
throw
body.
it away.
Let's see. We have also got shrimp flavored seaweed crisps. Go ahead
Alright,
and
you
pass
that
those
over
down
here.
to Tyler.
Those are all you, brother.
My cousin told me these are an acquired taste. I think the plain ones taste like sadness. Hopefully the powdered shrimp improves their palatability. I will not be partaking in those. Seaweed I'm okay with. Shrimp
not
flavored
much.
things? No.
Looks like a strip of nori.
Mm-hmm.
So going for it.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
not good.
Not good.
Do not like. What did it smell like?
Not terrible. It just tastes vaguely like an aquarium that needs to be changed.
Oh, fun. Can I smell it? Nah. I mean, it doesn't smell like super gross, but it does. It smells like fish food.
Yeah. It's kind of crispy and crunchy like fish food.
I feel like we've had snacks before that we've said, this was probably fish food they repackaged.
That is definitely the closest thing to fish food, because it's like the square had a very light, crunchy texture. Like
I heard you, yeah, when you were munching down on that bad boy. All right, well, thank you for trying that for us. We also have random assorted gummies. These are just tasty, nothing food challenge about them. Eat at your leisure. Share with your kids.
Cool.
They go.
And then we have what looks to be like maybe some 3D printed white blocks that were probably made for shipping or something. I don't know. Or it's a puzzle. Is this part of the puzzle? Should we take all the pieces that we can't identify and put them together? And that is it. What a lovely, lovely package,
That was
Dane.
So
Thank you.
cool.
Very,
Thank you.
very, very cool.
Thank you so much.
Let me look over this letter just make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh. Mystery solved.
It's magic.
You know. 5th item. An ATX PC test bench of my own design. Some assembly required. Silicon will eventually come down in price, and PC building will one day be a possibility. This makes test running a new build easy before you cram it into a case and discover something doesn't work right. Alternatively, it'll save you $100+ on a computer case. I made this out of trash at work. Literally, this was in a dumpster. You're welcome. So there's that. There's that. And there's one more piece that I'm going to have to find.
That's
'Cause it's buried under the other things.
It's probably the clear plastic thing.
Oh, it's probably the lightsaber? All right.
No, the
I know. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'll have to find the clear plastic thing.
Okay.
It's around here somewhere. Yeah. There we go. The COVID holes. There you go.
This is a Riddler style, the Batman puzzle.
yeah. Okay,
Yep.
so it's got the ATX,
The rat's on the inside.
the ATX motherboard mounts, and
It's
stuff.
the
I see
holes
it.
you
I
don't
see
see that we shine light through.
All right. Let me check through this thing, make sure I didn't miss any other ones because I totally did them out of order. I hope everyone enjoys the gifts. And Dave, if you feel like you got the shit end of the stick with the gifts, Slay the Spire. There you go. Thank you for reminding me what the game was. And I didn't, honestly, anyway. I thought this was a great package.
Really great package.
This is fantastic. I love you guys. Mr. L. Dane Puzzles, Esquire.
Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
Dane.
Now known as Mambo number 69.
I saw he changed his name on Discord. It's great. If you don't understand that reference, listen to the tabletop sessions that Tyler's running. Would you guys like to take a quiz?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I have one that came in from one Ross Rachel Green from across the pond, entitled Back to My Roots. Ross begins, so it's time to visit family, so I am back in the UK. There's a lot I like about being back, like shops that are open past 9 p.m. and next day Amazon deliveries, and things I don't like having to remember to lock my car and wondering if that person in front of me is going to stab my eyes out. Long story short, I wonder if I prefer safety or convenience in life. Also, my mother's internet connection is dog shit, so that's not helping. So we are now on 30 through 21 of the DC list, which is probably Dreamcast, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
DC characters, which I'd probably also do
Or
poorly
DC
on.
sniper victims.
Ooh, yeah, probably not. I'd do horrible.
Come on,
at that.
Ross. It's a very off color for you to do that.
Big, oh God, wow. Ease off the mic, Dave. Big DC sniper fan over there. All right, first question. This racing game, named after a U.S. city in the future, features 3 modes: race, stunt, and battle.
Named after a U.S. city in the future.
Uh-huh. So probably a city name and then a year?
Neo Tokyo 2099.
Good enough for me. Was there like a Daytona in the future or
Indianapolis
something?
7,000.
Indianapolis 7000?
Hell, Michigan, the racing game.
Gary, Indiana, 4622. Lock it in.
1998.
Yeah. It is San Francisco Rush 2049.
I didn't want to say San Francisco for some reason. I guess it's because I remember that being at the Gaddy's that was in Draffenville.
Yeah. Next question. This was Sega's attempt at a Gran Turismo beater that ultimately was not.
Grim Turismo.
Grim Turismo. Locking it in. It is Sega GT.
The racing game where you're just frame clones of Grim just running around.
Next question. Usurper Grim?
Usurper Grim.
Yes. Next question. But the cars are also Usurper Grim. So it's small Usurper Grims driving
bigger
Usurper Grims.
He's like Turbo Team.
But halfway through transformation. So it's just like,
He's just in pain.
yeah. Just a mesh of man and machine. Next question. This was the second version of this series' third installment.
The what now?
This was the second version of this series' third installment. Is this Street Fighter Alpha?
Street Fighter EX plus Alpha or some shit like that.
Something like that.
Or it was like the 3D one. I remember playing that for PlayStation.
Or would it be Street Fighter 3 something?
Street Fighter 3 Third Strike or Street Fighter 3 fourth
Pause.
ball after you period. Street period Fighter period pause 3.
Locking it in. It is. Come on, why is the button not working? Come on, man. Well, that one's not working. I don't know why.
We'll never know.
So that's a given.
So we were right.
We were right. Next question. This arcade racing sim was once considered the best racing game ever made and featured the Ferrari F355. Ian, I'm looking. You know what that? You probably know what that car is. Best racing game ever made.
Cruising USA.
Yeah. I'm good with that. Logging it in. Cruising USA. It is F355 Challenge.
Never heard of it.
Best racing game ever made? Never heard of it. Next question. This game is an arcade port based on NASCAR racing. Would this be NASCAR
Yep.
99?
Richard Petty's Dreamcast NASCAR racing.
Locking it in. It is Daytona, USA. Next question. The Ultimate Open Road Racing Championship. 16 officially licensed rally cars with 10 bonus cars. Over 80 new tracks in over 12 different countries, exclusively for the Sega Dreamcast.
Sega Rally GT.
Car. I mean, wasn't that a game?
Something Rally GT or something.
Sega Rally GT, locking it in. It is Test Drive V Rally.
Got Rally.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Next question. Join Ricky and Mami Makishi as they pilot the most destructive force the universe has ever known.
Sega Poppin' Twin B GT.
I mean,
Katamari Mama.
man, we probably heard of this game, but I'm not going to be. There's no way. Whatever it is.
Ricky and Mama?
Yeah, Ricky and Mami
Yeah, I don't know.
Makishi. Ricky and Mami Makishi fighters, locking it in. It is. No, haven't heard of this one. Maybe you guys have. Bangai O.
Nope.
Weird.
I played Mongai B, but I didn't know there was a Mongai O.
Next question. This game is a sequel to the greatest 4-player co-op beat-em-up battler.
Castle Crashers 2.
It was the Simpsons arcade game 2?
Yeah, damn right. Scott Pilgrim versus another Mars?
Another world. Yeah. That's John Carter, I think.
You're right. I want to play the John Carter beat 'em up where you just jump really fucking high.
What is the greatest 4-player co-op beat-em-up battler? It's Simpsons, but what else is there?
Turtles. And Times.
Turtles.
Marvel had one, I think, didn't they?
Yeah,
Or
X-Men, they had a 4 and then a 6.
It's got to be one of those.
Was Turtles as big over there? Or is this just in general?
I have no idea. I know in the UK it was Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, because as we all know, ninjas have the real ultimate power. And they flip out and cut people's heads off for no reason.
So back on the Dreamcast, a 4-person. I would think it's a turtle game, but I don't know of any turtle co-op battlers at all on the Dreamcast.
No, but I didn't really have a Dreamcast or know much about it. Turtles, a Turtles game.
Yeah.
Locking it in. It is Power Stone 2. Power Stone's a Capcom joint.
Okay.
I played it in the arcade. It's okay. Which some people are not going to like hearing, but it's okay. Next question. This open world racing game is the prequel to Project Gotham Racing.
Project Metropolis Racing.
Project Metropolis Racing. I do like that. Locking it in. It is the Wayne Foundation race. Metropolis Street Racer. It is Metropolis Street Racer. Count it. We got one.
Yeah.
Really?
Metropolis Street Racer.
Wow.
Okay, I win.
Are these DC games?
Now I wonder.
Or were they just like, look, we don't have a good licensed property. However, we can use the words Metropolis. We can use the words Gotham. Nothing can be done to us. They can't touch us. Next question. This game is based on the sport where everything goes except fish hooking, according to Friends. And Friends is in all caps.
Ultimate Fighting.
Ultimate Fighting? Locking it in. It is Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Counts.
Or Calvin Ball.
Well done. I'm checking to see if this is the third version of this series' third installment. That button just doesn't work. So I don't know. Our listeners probably know what it is. We don't. We got one right.
Yep. 2. 2.
2?
Metropolis Racer in that one.
And which one? Oh, right. Yeah, because we're counting that one.
Mhm.
Forgot. Yep, we got 2. All right, next question. Fuck, marry, kill. Smash. Breaking wood by stamping on it against a curb. Tearing up paper into strips. Breaking an old phone that is already broken. I have not done one of those things. I haven't broken a phone that is already broken.
I've done all of them.
Yeah, which is best?
Well, honestly, breaking a phone is kind of a pain in the ass because it leaves a huge glassy mess everywhere. Unless you're just doing it out in a parking
A
lot. Or
Nokia
something.
phone.
Yeah, then you're breaking your leg.
Yeah.
You stop on that. So I'm killing that.
Okay.
I'm gonna marry tearing paper into strips.
It's a good feeling, isn't it? Good sound, too.
Yeah, and then fuck the crushing wood against the curb. I'm that guy that, like, when I get a candy wrapper,
Yeah.
I'll fold it
Yeah.
and fold it and then tie it into as many knots as I possibly can down to the very bottom. I'm just like weird about it. So I like playing with paper is what I'm
Okay,
saying.
I got you.
When I was a kid, I remember at my nanny, my maternal grandmother, she lived in a little trailer over in Livingston County, and behind her house in the woods, there was like this old wooden fencing, like lattice work fencing.
Okay.
It'd been there fucking forever, as long as I could remember. It'd been there. So the neighbor, who was like a year older than me, so I'd go over nannies, and then once like she had to watch her soaps or whatever, I go to the neighbors. We play Mario 3 or do whatever. We couldn't play that day for some reason, play Mario, so we went walking in the woods. Came along to this old fencing, and he was like,
You guys want to see
I'm
my
gonna
dick?
pretend this is my stepdad, and broke one of them. So then we proceeded to just break all of it to pieces. Well, the next week, my grandmother goes out there, is super upset that her fencing is broken, calls my mom. My mom's super upset. Like, she was going to use that to go all around, her trailer, set it back up. She had been saving it whenever she could find it, and you broke it all to pieces. So I when it comes to putting wood by a tree and stepping on it and smashing it, I immediately feel guilty.
Yeah. Did you tell her about the stepdad thing, though?
I probably did. She did hate that dude. She did hate that dude. So that conjures up bad memories for me. So I'm gonna kill that. I'm gonna kill that. I don't like it. I think the phone thing, yeah, that's gonna be a pain. But I'm already killing that, so I guess I'll just fuck that, and then I'll marry the paper tearing.
Okay. I think that I will definitely marry the paper tearing. That just goes without saying. That's fucking
It's very
therapy right there.
satisfying,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's good. Makes you feel powerful. You got control over something. Damn it. Can tear this piece of paper up if I want to.
Like the power team who would rip open phone books with the power of Jesus.
That's
They'd go
right.
around, yeah.
Exactly. You were in my brain. I think about them all the time.
Blowing up hot water bottles so they popped with their love of the Lord.
It's a powerful force, Tyler. It's about time that we accept it.
It's true. I remember they talked about one time, because they would go and run through 2x4s and shit like that. They told a story that one time they accidentally bought hurricane-treated wood for a big show, and like the guy takes off to break through it and just bam!
Satan's in that wood.
Satan's in that wood.
Satan wants you kids to have a horrible time today. Satan sent Greg to the ER.
Oh, look like you don't love the Lord very much today.
I think then I will fuck breaking an old phone. I get that it's messier, but I feel like I'm not gonna have to bend over as much to pick stuff up.
Yeah.
Like, I still got to clean up that wood too, and I definitely have to bend over to like pick all that wood up. So that's my only reasoning there. I like to bend over as little as possible. Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. Dry sand running through your fingers. running your fingers through the top of long grass, water flowing over your cupped hands. What's the temperature of the water? It's important.
That's very important.
Piping hot?
We have to
Marry
assume
that.
we have to assume that the person answering the question is going with their preferred temperature of water. Some might like cold, some might like warm.
How hot is the sand too? Warm sand.
As hot as a Kilrathi gangbang.
Mm.
Warm sand's good.
Mhm.
I like warm sand. Yeah.
I don't like grass. I don't like Melissa, and Jack love running barefoot in the grass. Can't wrap my head around it. I'm gonna step on something. Nope. I don't like laying in grass. I don't like walking in grass. I don't like. Only when I played soccer and baseball as a kid, and you had nothing else to do but play with grass. Otherwise, fuck that. Killing it. Don't want that one.
Okay.
Well, I mean, water's pretty good, but I feel like I experienced that. Oh, well, no, I can't say what I experienced more. I guess I'm going to say it's more unique to have the sand. So I'm going to fuck water and marry sand.
Okay. That's sound reasoning.
I do not care for sand.
It gets everywhere.
All right,
Don't
Anakin.
Like it. Track it in your house. Like every time we've ever been to we stay in a condo at the beach or something, it's always the sand getting tracked in.
Sure.
It's in your crack. It gets in everything.
Yeah. You're not
sand.
gonna do a genocide now, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm good.
Okay, good.
I promise you, I'm totally stable.
All right, good.
But I don't care for it, so no.
Okay.
Killing the sand thing. For me, it's kind of a tough call between the grass and the water. But I used to play in the sink all the time with the water as a kid.
Yeah.
And I still I have this thing where if I dump a cup of ice into the sink, I have to melt it.
Yeah, that's fun.
And watch it melt.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
And sometimes I use the sprayer. Sometimes I use hot water. Sometimes I use cold. So I think the water going through
Yeah.
on the ice to melt it.
Steamy.
Like the urinals back in elementary school. The big long urinal full of ice.
Stupid trough.
God. Wow. But that I'm gonna marry the water in the hands. And this would be just lukewarm water.
Okay.
And then fuck the grass.
Okay. I'm with Tyler and killing the grass. I'm going to kill the grass. I do like grass, but I don't know. Out of everything here, it's just the least appealing to me. I like the smell of grass. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the feeling of grass through my toes. That's nice. But man, really, I love water, and I when I say it like that, it makes it sound like I like to swim. No, it's just I like the feeling of water on my body. But I do. It's tough because I also, when I lived in Florida, I have fond memories of being a child and being on the beach and just letting the sand run through my fingers. It's such a interesting sensation that is difficult to replicate.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I think I'm gonna fuck that. I think I'm gonna fuck the sand, and then I think I'm gonna marry the water. My long-term girl next door. The water.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question. Fuck, marry, kill. The last one. Being bitten by insects, being bitten by rodents, being bitten by small pets, all with no danger of rabies and malaria. So it's in the UK then, where there have no rabid animals. So I hear.
I feel like cat bite and dog bite are still worse than insect or what was the rodent?
Yeah, when you take the no danger of rabies and malaria, when you start taking disease out of it, being bit by a rodent, all of a sudden is okay.
You just classify it by size then.
Right. Although I've been bitten by a hamster before and it fucking sucks.
Gerbils will straight
It fucking sucks,
draw
man.
blood if you let them.
Yeah, because their teeth are so long and
very
pointed,
sharp.
they just dig in real deep, and that does suck. I've been bitten by. I've never been bitten by a dog. But I bet that does suck very bad.
I remember when Kenna was bitten by a dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been bitten by a cat, but also in we're playing kind of way.
Yeah.
So, you know, when they're like, pet my belly, and they're like, I got you. Like, but I've never been like really bitten by a cat.
Oh, Josh was. Remember when he tried to give Chaos a bath?
Yeah.
And chomped onto his finger and sprayed blood all over the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rank that by size.
Yeah,
now.
I think that's fair. Although insect bites typically itchy afterwards. That come into play at all? I'm just trying to make it interesting.
I feel like they're itchy because you're having a reaction to something. So if you take that out of the equation,
Yeah, but I mean,
No, I think that's got to
That's like-
factor in.
it has
Just
to,
not,
right?
You're just not getting malaria from the mosquito or whatever.
you still get Lyme disease.
No disease.
let's take Lyme disease off the table.
But say anything that a tick can do, then
I could do better. Man, when I was in high school, our family dog, Baja, she was like a Beagle Springer Spaniel mix. She was awesome. She was an outside dog. And I remember in the summer, it was my job, my chore, my duty when she would come home at the end of the day to pick the ticks off of her. And every day, this dog had so many ticks because we lived out in like, this might not mean anything to the listener, but we lived out by the airport in West Paducah.
Yeah.
Way before there was a high school out there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was like we lived on A Street.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if we were to
You
go to
were in the
Walmart,
country.
it was 20 minutes away.
You were
kind
in
of
the
deal.
country. Yeah.
She would come home fucking covered in like those big like deer ticks,
Yeah.
like the big fat
Big
sack
ones. Yeah.
ticks, and then also the little flat, the crab looking ones, the little flat ones.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I remember being done with that, and like you'd have to kill them all. And I remember I had this tick killing screwdriver. That's all this screwdriver was there for. It was just for
Smashing
just
ticks.
for decapitating ticks on the concrete floor of the
Jesus.
garage. And that was just like, and I remember like there's a spot when we moved. I remember looking at that spot, just black. It was just black from all the fucking like dog blood that had dried there.
God,
So yeah,
that's why I never hit a
fuck
possum.
ticks.
Now possums eat like their weight in ticks a day. Like,
really.
yeah,
Oh, they are tick
Fuck, man.
tick population control.
I should have just got a possum.
Never hurt a possum. Let them do their thing. They cannot give you rabies because they do not carry it. They cannot carry
Yep.
it. And
They're
they
immune
eat-
to a bunch of shit. They eat ticks.
like candy.
Yeah, dogs don't like them though.
True. Too bad. Too bad.
I'll
'cause they
take-
could
I'll
be
take
a mutually
possum over a
beneficial
dog.
relationship.
You'll take possum over a dog?
I'll take possum over a dog.
Damn, man.
Possums do more good for me than a dog is.
Dogs like companionship.
I don't like being licked.
Possum's like utilitarian. Oh, if you don't like being licked, I love being licked.
See, that's
so,
why. That's
not by dogs,
That's why
but
I think why I like cats more is the licking.
yeah.
I can't stand.
Cats
can't
lick.
stand being licked. Yeah, they don't leave like a residue though. It's just kind of scratchy.
Yeah, they don't leave saliva on you
Yeah.
typically. I don't know, man. Berlioz, our black cat, my boy, he is drooly. So like
I've
when
had a couple
so was,
droolers.
so was River.
and I love it because it's like, oh yeah, he's real into it right
this
now.
cat pre-cum right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Put that on the tin. That'd be good chewing tobacco. Cat pre-cum.
I'm gonna kill insect bites just because, even if you don't, I hate them. I hate getting
Really?
bit up by mosquitoes.
Yeah?
It freaks me out. Not just because I just don't like it. I hate that little bite, 1,000 tiny cuts type of thing.
Sure.
You know?
1,000
especially when they
cuts.
get my ears and they buzz right by your ear and they make that little wee noise.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah.
So I'm killing that, and I will fuck getting bit by a rodent, and I'll marry getting bit by a small dog,
A small dog.
because if it's like love bites, and even if like I had,
Oh, love bites are fine, but I don't.
My son, his dog comes over every day with Cohen, and she's a little mini Doberman, and she's a licker. Her tongue's always going, and she's super excited.
Clementine's a licker too.
And
She's crazy with
she's
it.
occasionally nipped, not on purpose, but the reason I say this is because even Penny has kind of accidentally bit me. But they always look, if it's a pet, they always look so sorry for doing it, and they're like, "Oh God, please don't hurt me."
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Oh, it's okay," and you rub their ears and stuff. So that's my answer, because none of them are really pleasant
No.
choices.
No, they're
It's
all
more
bad.
of a would you rather kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's my answer, I guess.
All right.
Right on.
I have been bitten by a dog. I just remembered that. Clementine bit me. She had a real problem. Like she was young. She wasn't full grown, but she had a real problem with biting. And like, she's like substituted licking for that. So, I mean, she licks a lot. And I think it's just because like, she was like a barn puppy, essentially, from like a huge litter, like an unprecedented, like, I mean, it was like that dog had
Like
how many puppies?
102 of those things.
I mean, yeah.
See my vest. My vest.
Yeah, so I don't know. She was a roughhouser for sure. So yeah, and it sucked. I didn't like it. It's bad. So I'm gonna kill that for sure.
All right. We good?
I think we're good, right?
All right.
Yeah.
If you want to call us, you can do that. 270-883-2555. If you want to mail us something, like Backlog Banisher Dane did, you can do that. Send it to our P.O. Box. That is
TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
I'm glad you know that because I still don't. We had some reviews come in.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Which I think is nice, or I should say a review that came in. It's weird. It came in from a man driving a larger version of himself, it seems. This review is the best spicy news, N-O-U-S, new. That's like a French thing, right?
Okay.
N-O-U-S. 5 stars.
Nice.
Retro games, gooters, and church basements. Great show. Tyler, Dave, and the Wizened Sage Ian are the best around. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
And that is from Usurper Grimothy via Apple Podcasts.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, Graham.
And I also have some very exciting news. For a long time, we had fallen off the podcast charts, but I would like to say that we're back in the 226th spot for video games in Germany.
Nice.
So thank you, Overseas Philip. I know that's all you. I know that's all you, buddy. Thank you for still listening. You got us back on the damn charts.
Thanks.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Fucking David Hasselhoff of video game podcast. Well, we're on. Just Google us. We're all over the
You'll
place.
find
Our
us.
social media, where you find our episodes,
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah.
Same for if you want to get a shirt. Shirts.tadpog.com. Thank you for leaving a review. You can leave reviews all over the place. On Spotify, on Stitcher, iTunes.
Yep.
Thank you, much appreciated.
Reviews are one of those things where it's like, I know we're about to talk about Patreon and like mention some people who are very generous and donate to us on Patreon. If you don't want to donate on Patreon, you can't do it, and you still want to help the show, leaving a review is like really super helpful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to help out and don't have the funds, consider leaving a review. They really do help, honestly. I mean, obviously, we're back on the charts for Germany for 1 week. I'm sure we'll be off next week, but hey, it's good to be on there now.
So speaking of Patreon, we have anything different from last week from the Phantomire and Plico Nick.
All right.
All right. And I do have a nice long list of executive producers, which are the wonderful people that donate $20 or more to the podcast every single month. And this is so nice. So I'm going to read that list of wonderful, generous people, starting with Temporal Eternal Savior, Cubicle Monkey, Usurper Grim, Cousin David Galino, Plinko Nick Price, Steve Dixon, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Clambro Cody Phillips, Banthamaster, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, congratulations on your marriage, Magical Sleeper, a.k.a. Big Dick Pie Baker, Chris Vaughn, Princess Consuela Banana Hammock, Flavatrick, Taryn Landon, Pinball Archmage, Chris Edler, I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Platinum member Brett Miller, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah, first-time caller, Drink Smith, Joey Webster, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, Barbecue Baron Andrew Rowland, General Kenobi Massacre, and Sick Jake, we're sorry you fell for the marketing. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thanks very much. And I know we didn't get the Patreon link out. It's patreon.com/TADPOG. If you want to donate, that'd be awesome. It does help us out. Also, I failed to mention the link for the Discord earlier when I was talking about the Super Punch Out tournament, the Sandwich Pope Phil organized and Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn gave a prize out for. That is bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. So if you don't want to miss stuff like that in the future, join. It's a really good group. It really is a good group of people.
And you can talk to us too. I mean, we're on there all the time.
That is
true. You
true.
want to interact with the hosts of the show? We're there. We'll hang out with you. We'll talk.
I'm pretty much on podcast discussion when we talk about tabletops.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm not present a whole lot. But if you listen to tabletop and want to hit me up, then I'm there.
Then you're there.
Also, happy birthday, as of this recording, yesterday. Happy 50th birthday to John Turley.
Yes.
I don't know how
He's
John
2
is.
years older than me now. He jumped past me.
Wow.
It's hard to do, but he did it.
Did he use
If
a
anybody can
quasar
this,
to do
John.
it?
He did, and because he's part
He's
pilgrim.
part pilgrim, right. That's a weird hereditary trait, I feel like. The ability to do math real good. Like, I feel like that doesn't might not be a blood thing. That might be a nurture thing, not a nature
genetics.
thing.
It's
Right.
genetics.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Taggart. Spoilers, he's a pilgrim. It's revealed at the end. This man is full of secrets.
And I would like to wish a belated, as of the time of this recording, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Today is St. Patrick's Day.
Day. A holiday that I'm reminded that is happening in the middle of it every year. I got Dennis sent me like a Pogue song and Dropkick Murphys song, and I was like, what day is it? Oh, okay. All right. I found out it was St. Patrick's Day at 1:00 today.
Well, gotta remember it's Moves. Now, the theme song to this episode is not by Onomonoguchi.
It could
Moves
be.
by Sycamore. It could be Moves by Sycamore Drive.
Yep.
Link to that track is in the show notes at TADPOG.com.
Yeah.
How you guys want to close this out?
That's our favorite wing commander character dialect.
Yeah.
So until next time, a
Tropical
Capricorn. No ovaries.
Perfect. Who was everybody?
I was
French lady.
I was Maniac.
I was Spirit. Yeah, I knew you were Maniac.
Obviously.
Number one Lillard fan over here.
Yeah, you got it. I've got that T-shirt.
But without a paddle, that's Seth Green and Matthew Lillard, and
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I can't remember who else is in that.
I don't think it's Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm ready when you guys is.
Ready.
Is my computer, is it picking up? Because I noticed in the house it keeps wanting to pick up the Oculus as its input or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on Discord earlier, is when your computer, like, this is any computer, is like, oh, an Oculus is on. Well, then, like, Windows is like, that's the microphone. That's the microphone. So you just have to change it manually in Audacity. I'm constantly like fucking changing the microphone where it's like, God, okay, all right, Jesus, I get it. You fucking, God damn it. Some Facebook ass shit right here where it's like, oh, you turn this fucking thing on? All right, the microphone's on. We're listening to fucking everything in your house.
So just the way Meta wants it.
Yep.